Did you have
Let's go. I like that. It's a
I
conversation.
will become like the interviewer.
Let's go. Let's go. I love it.
All habits die hard. So you know the anti-defection law
Yeah.
in politics, right?
Yeah.
I was like, in Nagaland we need to have an anti-defection law. We're such a tiny place. We're such a tiny people. The division is so strong that it's not just tribes, you know. Some issue will come across, it'll be divided along tribal lines and all that, right?
Yeah.
And you go deeper into it. Within tribes, you have regions. So you have your western region, southern, northern.
And within
Then
your villages.
they have their own issues.
Yeah.
You go further down, then it's villages. Within the villages, there's clans and kales and so on and so forth until it's like literally the neighbors are bickering in order for us to progress. And one of the most important things that we need right now is the solution. Whatever the solution may be, for that to happen, unity is the most important factor. Current situation where faction after faction after faction after faction. Now we have like, I don't know. You know, some people are surviving because of other people's prayers.
Yeah.
They have no idea about why
Yes.
they're even surviving or getting lucky or whatever it is. I mean, it opened my eyes in the sense that us being like, you know, a Christian majority state and amount of people that do pray generally for Nagaland, I truly believe that saving us. So we're just an independent label. Nagaland has so much talent. We have like, you know, ways to get you out there. Our thing is that we're trying to build you. Do our best to give them all the tools, fine-tune them, mold them into the best version that we can possibly do from our side. But the more important thing, which is very hard to explain and for them also to truly grasp, is this process. And if you get this process right, I guarantee them that like, you know, success is...
Yeah. You
But-
guaranteed him the success.
Yeah, but he was like, my dad was this super chill guy. If you ask my cousins and all that, you know, like favorite uncle.
Love it.
I find this similarity in me also, like just being fun around the kids.
Yeah.
Not trying to be like, you know, this grown up. I think it builds this genuine relationship.
Friendship.
It's
Friendship.
more like a friendship. Yeah, exactly. It's very important to grow from that parent-child relationship to becoming friends. I think that that's so cool that if you have that, I'm like, you know, happy for you.
Yeah. I don't want to end this without getting to Lucas.
Yeah, please. Even I would.
Yeah, because
I would hate it also. Just my personal opinion, but like, you know, when you have your kid, your world flips upside down. For me, I was like a super ambitious guy. I think that's toned down majorly. I also found that the reasons behind it was not correct. You know, things that I wanted to do doesn't even matter anymore, like because of Lucas and now Chavy, right?
Yeah.
My whole priority is them now.
Yeah.
Like my life, everything that I'm doing now is for this kid and now the second kid.
A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
He was like, "Manukut na niya na dyan."
Yeah, but I mean, it's nice to introduce, but I don't think it's necessary that like,
Formal introduction to
yeah, I do that, but it's not necessary to,
Yeah.
you know, do.
Yeah, rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of the Munguli Podcast. We have someone who we have wanted to have for a long time. We have someone who most of you may be familiar with. He is the host of the Shoutout Podcast, an entrepreneur, someone who has been doing so many different things, and I've seen from a distance the things he has been doing. And I have been admiring you in all the things that you have done. We've crossed paths in a few occasions as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Asalie with us.
Thank you, Mung, for having me on.
Yeah.
It's an honor actually. First time being on the opposite
I was
side
just
of the.
gonna bring that topic.
So it's nice for a change, I guess. But yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, can you give us a little bit of an introduction of who you are, what you do?
Professionally,
Sure.
I like to believe myself to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I've dabbled in different kinds of businesses. Tried my hands with many things, but I think right now what I'm settled with is something that's always been a very big passion and a big part of my life, which is music.
Yeah.
And so like in 2019 started Infinity Inc.
Yeah.
record label. We manage artists and all.
Yeah.
So that's my main thing.
Yeah.
Besides that, during the COVID is when I started the podcast.
Yeah.
And so these are a few things that I do. I like to be involved in things that I'm passionate about. So sports and music plays a big role in my life and also with what I do in life. So I like to be involved in that sphere, in that arena of sports and music.
Yeah. Sports being archery as well, right? Or how?
Archery and athletics, I'm like a part of the association, but just generally, like
do you do? Do you play? Do you play?
No, actually, I don't.
What do you call it? Do you play archery? What do you call it? Do you do archery?
I guess you would say like, are you an archer? But yeah.
What's the verb?
No. Archery was something that was because my dad founded the association way back when. So it was something that I just wanted to be a part of, and because
Got it.
it started off on on a very promising note.
Oh.
And I mean, he passed away quite early, but the archers of that generation, they went on to become like, international archers, Olympians,
yeah.
famous Chekrovolu,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
many
yeah.
others who won at international levels and such.
Yeah.
So just seeing the trajectory that it was going down on,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's one of the reasons why, it pushed me towards
Yeah,
being.
yeah.
Otherwise, I have no,
You felt the need to go.
yeah,
and-
technically or, like a past archer, nothing like that. It's just, that. And
Yeah.
athletics was also something along those lines.
So what sports did you play growing up?
No, I played almost everything.
Yeah.
But I would say like I was best in my from all the sports that I played in would be basketball.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should
so-
play, yeah.
You play?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big basketball fan.
Woodstock.
Yeah. So
yeah.
because of that,
Tigers.
that
Yeah.
basketball became a big part of my life. But besides that, the usual football, cricket,
Yeah.
not so good in some,
Yeah.
decent in others.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm sure Nagas when you go outside and study outside and all.
Have a
They,
knack.
they always praise Nagas as in you might not be the best in that sport, but
just-
you somehow
you're
can
gifted.
play every
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can make it to the school team or something,
yeah.
even if you're not the star player. So
Yeah. So good. Tell us a little bit about your childhood, maybe. Like, when did boarding school start? And because I know that about you, but like,
Yeah.
for people who might not, like a little bit about. What I
Yeah.
like to do is kind of get a little bit of the background done because it gives context to knowing what you're doing as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm someone who has I have very bad memory.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
No, I think it's a bad thing because I try and recollect things, and in this day and age, everything is you have it on film, camera,
yeah.
whatever. But
fact check.
At least you can see, oh, I went there, and even if you don't remember,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But I have a bad memory. But basically, I was off to boarding school at a very young age, like second grade. I went to Woodstock, spent 10 years of my life there.
Yeah.
And that made a big part of who I am today.
Yeah.
I think Woodstock was something that's very special to me.
Which batch were you?
Class of 2002. So
Oof.
yeah,
You don't look like that.
You can put it out there. Yeah, a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
But I didn't finish there. But I after 10th I left, which was and still is one of the biggest regrets of my life. Yeah. It's how when you're in school, you always think
You don't like it?
Yeah.
So,
Even if you're in the best school, you'll be like, school sucks. Food sucks, this, that, and then
Then you go to the other one.
Learned it the hard way.
Yeah.
But 10 years of my life there, so many things that has shaped the way my outlook and the way I look at life and everything.
Yeah,
So,
boarding school really shapes you. Like, I'm a boarding school
think-
kid too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How early did you go?
6. Class
That's
6.
that's
So
also still early. It's
quite
just that-
early, 7 years. I was there
Yeah.
for 7 years. Yeah.
Where were you by then?
AVS.
AVS. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of Nagas, right?
Yeah, a lot of us. Nathan, what's up? Yeah. So it really shapes you because you're just out there.
Yeah.
You're just thrown
Yeah,
into this
yeah, exactly.
thing, and every aspect of your life is.
Did you have
Let's go. I like that. It's a conversation.
I'll become like the interviewer.
Let's go. I love it.
Yeah. All happens die hard. But did you have family there before,
Yeah.
when you went?
Any jana manohonani thagishe in general.
Okay.
Family. I had a cousin. I had my uncle's children there. 1 year before they had gone.
Okay.
So jani gina thagishe. I was actually supposed to go with them, but my
Okay,
mom was
okay.
like, she really wants to keep me
Yeah,
listed
yeah,
as 5
yeah.
takruna, and then she sent me.
I asked this because I was just thinking about being shipped off at second grade.
I was
And,
I was
my-
gonna get there also.
My son right now is in second grade.
Wild,
I'm in
huh?
class 2, right? So I can't picture sending him. Forget Mussoorie and even to Kohima
Yeah.
for boarding school. It's
Yeah.
it's quite tough. But to be fair, I had a lot of cousins, elder cousin brothers, sisters, and all
Yeah.
who were there in Woodstock already. So
Yeah.
maybe that
There was a
made
sense
that,
of safety.
yeah. For my parents also, maybe they were secure with that.
Yeah. And also the fear of being spoiled at home. I think.
Yeah.
Mine was biggest. My biggest thing my parents tell me is that they just were afraid that I'll be spoiled here. Only child, and in schools also sometimes when they know who your parents are, a lot of bias
Okay. Got it. Yeah. Got
here
got
in
what you're
Nagaland,
saying, yeah,
here in
yeah.
Nagaland. So all of
Yes.
these things that just
Right.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was not an only child, but only son. So, it's very easy to get spoiled. And
yeah.
I think, even though I was sent off
Yeah.
to Woodstock to a certain extent, for a very long time, Took me a long time to get through that, but yeah.
How did it feel? This is when you look back now, class 2. That
Like
was
I
what,
said,
you're
no
7
memories.
years old?
Yeah. Must have been.
Must have been like
Around
your
that-
second person to talk about each other.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to, but like I said, my memory is really bad. One thing I remember was like the first time I went, when I was getting dropped off for school to hostel. My mom and dad dropped me off, and when they were dropping me off, like we had gone the day previous to the hostel, left our stuff and everything, and stayed one more last night at the hotel before they dropped me off the next day. So it was the next day they were walking me off. And apparently, because this I don't remember, but this was what they told me, is that like I left their hand and I ran straight to play with the other kids and all.
Oh, okay.
So at that time, like like my mom was like obviously crying and sad, but my dad was saying like this is the best time to leave. Otherwise, like it's gonna be too hard, emotionally, like when he's busy and all.
Yeah.
So for the life of me, I can't recollect those early years. It's like
Like, do you feel homesick?
No,
When did it kick in?
Funny, yeah, exactly. It
Yeah.
kicked in much later. So like, I would say like 5th grade.
Like you had come home multiple times,
Yeah,
and then
and
like,
it was like because it was all a blur those days. Like as a kid, I think that young, you're more just
you
like
can't
just-
even register what's happening.
exactly. And then obviously had family there also, as in like cousins and all that. And also the place was really good, obviously. So like you're having a good time and all that.
Yeah.
I think 5th grade, 6th grade onwards was when it started to kick in.
Yeah.
And then you start, missing home. Yeah, the homesick thing started. Yeah,
But you had already spent time there. So how did was it like intense homesickness or
it was actually. Yeah.
how
Yeah.
because most of the people who were there already when I joined class 6, they're all like so like
Yeah.
nothing. Nah? They'll be
I-
like, why are you feeling homesick?
Yeah, I don't know, but and also maybe that's one that like prior to that was like we were in the
Junior school
boys,
types, yeah.
the hostel, right?
Yeah.
At Jill. So that was till 5th grade, and then from 6th grade onward, you move on to the
Yeah, you're the junior most.
junior boy. Yeah. So maybe that's when different things kick in, and
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
But
New a lot of new setting kita ho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. I was crazy homesick, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
I get it, man. I totally understand.
Yeah. And I think it's the same age, so I mean class 5
Yeah,
college now. I was
That's when
class
you
6.
went, right?
Yeah, bro, it was wild. I couldn't meet my cousins because that would remind me of home. And luckily, Nishna, they were in different houses. So my house was separate, so we were not
Okay.
always together.
As in the hostel, you mean,
hostels,
like,
the houses were
yeah.
different. No, so oh my gosh, the first time I met my cousin sister, she's older.
Start crying.
Oh, I was like, oh my god, wild. But ini just I was like the most like homesick kid, yeah, for the first year in Nishna though. But luckily Skype can't register at that time though.
Oh.
We had our laptops and all that.
You
nah.
guys you had it easy.
Yeah. No, but like not all the time.
Yeah,
We'd get it
obviously,
like once in a
yeah.
while, but yeah, I was just that kid. Yeah. And how? What were you into in school mostly? Sports,
yeah,
mainly sports.
I think music kicked in way later.
I was going to get there.
Yeah.
Music, yeah,
That came way later. Sports was I don't know. Just I
Yeah.
was into every sport
yeah.
there was. I mean, it was Woodstock was basically known for basketball.
Yes.
We had like basketball courts,
Yeah.
junior boys hostel, school, you
Yeah.
know, everywhere basketball. So like you'd see
The mascot was a
people, like-
tiger. and all
Yeah, the
that?
mascot was a tiger.
Yeah.
but really known for basketball, and you'd see like kids like us, like 2nd grade, 3rd grade,
Yeah.
just chucking up a basketball, like
Yeah.
not actually playing, but when you start that early,
Yeah.
just dribbling and trying to shoot.
Muscle memory.
Yeah, and then
Together.
it
Yeah.
helps you develop really quickly.
Mm.
So I was really into sports.
Mm.
I think allegedly I was a very naughty kid.
Allegedly.
Yeah, but yeah, like that mischievous kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, like when I came home for the holidays, so it was like 2 months, more or less 2 months summer, 2 months
Yeah.
winter
Yeah.
holidays. So like my dad nicknamed me the tornado because I'd come for 2 months and just like turn the house upside down and
Stir
go
up
back.
everything.
So yeah, kind of naughty,
Yeah.
into sports, really into sports. Like I think
How many siblings do you have? So you're only
I have,
son.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
son. I have 4 sisters.
Okay. Elder, younger.
Three elder.
Okay.
The eldest one passed away.
Oh,
Rest
I'm
in
so
peace to
sorry.
her. Yeah, that's she's the eldest, and all married except Asano.
Yes.
Yeah, digital. Yeah. So she's not married.
Uh,
One younger sister, she's also married. So
yeah,
like yeah.
I would love to
Of
have her on as well. Like to just creative,
Please do.
chop it up.
Yeah,
would
yeah,
love
yeah.
to. Yeah.
Invite her. I don't know if she
Yeah.
will. I mean, I don't know if she's
Official
comfortable.
invite. Here we go. But yeah, I've been thinking about it as well multiple times. But I thought, but with that said, when did music start?
As in, I mean, just being a casual, listening to music, being
Okay.
a fan, all that started early on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Were you like the boarding school kid, MP3 thara, iPods?
yeah, Walkmans and all
Yeah.
were.
Oh,
Walkmans
that
were-
time so again.
yes, like, you're talking to like a little older. Yeah, yeah. But then
Yeah.
Walkmans, Discmans, and all that, right?
Oh man.
That was the cool thing to have.
Manorna.
Yeah, yeah. And then, I think in school days it was like you sort of follow the trend, right?
Yeah.
You know, like what the school, the
Whatever
seniors
is
are
the-
listening
yeah,
to,
yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
you know the cool. You
Yeah.
just go with the flow, kind of like
Yeah.
what everyone's listening to and all. But
Yeah.
like for me, like what music, like because I grew up listening to like everything, yeah, pop
Makes sense.
music, rock,
Because
everything.
you had limited access also.
That's
Keep
also-
do you
That's also true. But
Yeah.
also got exposed to a lot of different kind of music, I think I would say, because in Woodstock, being an international school and like really an international school where
Everyone's
you have all different nationalities, right? So
Yeah.
they're kind of what they listen to. Sometimes you have like, you know, a kid, your classmate, junior, senior, whatever, listening to some
Random
weird, like. So I
Weird.
mean, it's not like that you become fans of that music, but you get exposed to
Yeah,
different
yeah.
types of music
Yeah.
and cultures, obviously. But
Yeah.
like speaking about music,
Yeah.
and then I grew up listening to everything.
Yeah.
It was about the time when I was leaving Woodstock, I think was when I started getting into like, you know, hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah. That
Were you always were you ever a performer in school? Did you perform
not,
and stuff?
not like singing or rapping
Okay.
or anything like that. But when I was like, you know, this also, see, this is the funny thing. There's no like photos or video, obviously,
Yeah.
footage and all that. But apparently,
Allegedly.
yeah, I don't know, it was like 2-3 years back to back when I was like second, third, fourth grade, somewhere around that time. You know, like you have talent shows and all, like
okay,
break dancing. I mean,
In
not
school?
break dancing, yeah, dancing in school, like talent shows and all. I don't know what I was doing, but you know, like a kid like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, not performing as such, like
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
like yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying music, you were listening to every sort of music.
Yeah,
stuff like
and
that.
hip hop is. There was this time in Woodstock at one of those talent shows where the seniors did this sort of like a medley kind of thing.
Okay.
It was a hip hop. They were like sort of lip syncing, just
Mhm.
choreographed and everything, and that was like, I found that really cool, and that kicked in like, you know, something about trying to explore. And you're right, it was very limited in the sense hip hop that time. If you talk about in Nagaland, I think no one, you know, was listening to
maybe
hip-hop
even pushed away.
Yeah,
even,
yeah. I mean, I'm not to you know, claim that or anything, but like I literally didn't know anyone who was listening to hip hop at that time, like in
Got it.
Nagaland.
Got it.
And yeah, and from there, I mean, I told you after 10th I
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
So that's when I started listening to hip hop more like intense, and
Yeah.
that's where I think music became like a really big part of me, expression,
Yeah.
because I love to write.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I'm not like you know, like I like to write what I call poems, but it's not like the, you know, traditional poems, or it doesn't follow structure. I just like writing to express whatever I'm going through, or whatever I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
So that aligned very closely with hip hop, and
Makes sense.
yeah, rap is, you know, the essence of rap is storytelling or lyricism.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think that's where I connected to hip hop the most, you know. Yeah.
When did writing start? That's interesting. Were you always
not like,
decent-
you mean just writing?
just like all this
writing?
poetry and like,
Yeah,
expressing and all that? Like,
middle school, 7th, 8th grade, I think I started.
what got you into it? Because there must be something that like.
I actually don't. I mean, I'm sure it was part of like, you know, class work. You know, like write a poem or something like that. But something like that. But something I'm not actually like, you know, I can't say for sure what got me started.
Yeah.
But it must have been something like that got me writing, and I was like scribbling all the time. Yeah.
Nice. So you were actually just like genuinely doing it. In
Yeah.
general.
I loved. Yeah. Just small. Not like jokes, but you know, like writing funny one-liners and like, you know,
nice.
or even paragraphs or whatever. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll get back to that.
Yeah.
So after 10, what happened? Where were you?
I went to St. John's in Chennai
Oh, okay.
just for
okay.
a year.
Okay.
And like I said, you never know what you have until it's gone.
Gone.
Like I learned it the hard way. St. John's was a very good school, but
not.
in the sense, like Woodstock is very easygoing, and that it was like a culture shock for me. Like going into a very strict school, disciplinarian kind of.
What got you there, though?
I need to blame my cousin brother. So my cousin brother was studying there, and then when at first this was all on me leaving Woodstock, and that's why I'm saying this is the biggest regret of my life.
Yeah.
But when I forced myself out of that school, and we're just talking about schools and all that, a cousin of mine was studying in St. John's. He was already studying there, and so he was like, "Hey, this school is really good," which it was, to be fair. But then for me, I couldn't take that that strict routine. I mean, it was
too strict.
I mean, I couldn't transition basically. I found it really difficult. And then I was just there for a year. St. John's, Chennai. Yeah.
Okay. So where did your life take you after that?
Yeah, Delhi.
Okay.
Lakshman Public School in Delhi.
Oh, nice.
Finished my 12th there.
Yeah.
So that was basically for me school life. It's like Woodstock for me.
Yeah.
It's like that 1 year stint was
nothing.
And it was.
You just
went through the motions, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because in a year's time, you don't really get to make very good friends. I made friends, obviously, but you don't have that bond over 2-3 years.
Yes.
And that's something that me and my wife are discussing also, because we're planning to we hope we can send our kids to boarding school because of the experience that we want them to have.
Well, is your wife also a boarding school child?
No, she isn't.
Okay.
She isn't.
Okay.
But, I mean, wait. Early on, she might have been but the thing is, obviously, we're not going to send them second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, even. I think maybe eighth, ninth, maybe at most.
Yeah.
But to give them time to take in what the school has to offer, right? To build relationships with teachers and your classmates, juniors, seniors, whatever, and to have that proper experience. I think
independent whole day life.
Yeah. But to really, take that all in and learn from it and appreciate and all that, I think you need at least a good 3-4 year window. That's on the lower side.
Yeah. Makes sense. Because again, one could send them in class 11, but then that's nothing again. I believe there's more problem when you send them in class 11, because now they're so used to. I've had classmates who join in class 11. They're just because they're so used to the home thing, and then it's such a new thing.
Exactly.
By the time they adapt, they're graduated. It just changes a bit too fast. You want to say something?
No. I think that's just those are. It's a crucial part of your
upbringing.
No. Your as in your career studies wise, right? Your 10th, 11th, and 12th and all. So I think if you are going at that time, it could mess up a lot of things with you.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a student going to hostel for the first time.
Yeah.
And trying to adjust with that, and also your studies, and a very crucial time. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
you have too much going on.
Yeah, a lot going on.
Yeah. Unless you're going for just too much going on also.
How long were you there in ABS?
7 years.
Are you finished from
ABS only. Class 12.
Okay.
Yeah. Then after I went to Hong Kong, my college. Yeah. But ABS same. It really, I was also the kid who was doing everything. And I think it was a sort of to prove yourself.
Yeah.
That I can because our school was.
Sorry.
No, say you're saying.
How many Nagas were there?
Ample.
No, I think there was.
Yeah, Naga bye situation was there.
Okay, but just to get the time frame, because
2011.
Age, yeah.
I went in 2011.
You went in 2011.
Yeah, I was in class 6 in 2011. I graduated school in 2018.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm 25.
It's super young, man. So
yeah.
I mean, for that age, I have to commend you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And also to have this, I think it's this mindset and this composure. I think it's very impressive. Yeah.
Thank you.
25, man. Shocking. I mean, I knew obviously you're young, but
yeah.
Not,
yeah. I thought you knew, yeah. But anyways, so yeah, I same. Boarding school was actually one of the things that my parents tell me is I had clarity. Because I was doing so many different things. I was playing basketball, all these different things. I was doing art, traveling around doing art, and we had Pastor Chavy, Chavy, she was here, and then we talked about it. She's also a boarding school product, Mayo. Yeah, I know.
She went to Mayo.
Yeah, she went to Mayo,
Nice.
and we were just talking about like how I had gone to both Mayo boys and girls. Mayo boys for basketball, Mayo girls for art. I just like be traveling for all of these things.
Yeah.
So same in your DJ. Class 11, 12 was there was no academics. I took art. Like I took humanities.
Yeah.
So I took the easiest subjects. Like my dad in class 10 was like, choose whatever you want, just be good. So I literally chose like history, pol science, environmental science, and art.
There's one thing I find very interesting.
Yeah.
It's about like now that you're mentioning it, I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like everyone goes through the same process and all, but even for me, I was pretty clueless, to be very honest about like
What you wanted to do.
what I wanted to do, and having, I mean, my parents love me, I know I love them and all that, but they were not super imposing, and that sort of also leaves
Gives you the
all
free-
and if you're not in the right
Sure.
frame of mind, like I was just about having fun, playing sports, and doing
Yeah.
whatever. So that part sort of like was just there hanging there, and
Yeah.
So at times, because I do say this, like I've said it a couple of times on my podcast also about like how parents need to give their children a little more freedom, and especially the ones like who are too imposing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
like you have to this line or that line and
Yeah.
all. But at the same time, if you're too relaxed, also does
I think
offer some.
I think it's direction. As
Yeah.
long as the kid has a certain sense of direction, because passion you can't impose passion though.
Yeah,
So-
for sure.
For me, it is a little different because I've mentioned this multiple times here, but I knew I wanted to do something related to art in class 8.
Okay.
It's like very young.
Are you good like in drawing and all?
I was pretty. I
Okay.
was like all around. Like I was like traveling and doing all of these art
Okay,
competitions,
okay.
all those things, and so, and I found out some of my seniors were going to NID, like the Design Institute. So, like the moment I knew there was a career in design, I actually communicated to my parents.
And how old were you? Like what
Class 8. So
8.
I was around 13, 14. Yeah. So that's when like I came back for holidays and I was like, I was just telling my mom like, I have these seniors who are doing art stuff. And then I think that also was important because it planted the seed for my parents.
Yep.
They kind of were like, he is kind of into this. And it gave, from that point till class 12, my story is very different. I share this with a lot of young people because sometimes children do not share it with their parents and are offended when they do.
Yeah.
Like, because
I get it,
if you're not telling them what you wanted to do from a young age, and then tomorrow you're graduating class 12, and you're like, I want to do art, of course, sometimes they might have their own.
Reservations.
And also, they come from a place of healthy fear, in the sense that,
Yep.
like, will they be able to take care of themselves? So,
For sure.
for me, what was really interesting was, and I only give credit to God of how this thing panned out, was from class 8, the moment I planted the seed, to class 12 when I graduated and I was choosing college, it gave enough time for them to also see what I was doing with art though. Again, like I said, I was winning awards.
Yeah.
So they
So
kind
that
of knew
makes
that
it easier also,
they kind of
yeah,
knew,
yeah.
he is good at this. Like there is the kind of validity in why he wants to do this.
I mean,
you know?
props to you for that. I mean, having or being like aware of your talent
Yep.
or the lane that you want to take.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes it much easier for the parents to also believe in you or like give you the sort of freedom and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Or for someone like me who was pretty much like, I was not, like something like, this is what I want to do, kind of like, I didn't have that until very late.
Okay.
Because I was like, to be very honest, I was also like very super spoiled
Yeah.
and like always having things my way. And also I was just having fun, like playing sports.
Yeah.
Making friends,
What teachers
and
always say, the gala time.
Yeah. But the teachers love me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
was-
interesting. That's interesting.
I was like naughty, but not like in a
the bad.
the bad kind of,
rebellious-
yeah. Just like, yeah.
Okay. So that's interesting. So after Lakshman,
Yeah.
how did college look like?
I actually, my thing was like, this is all like, my personal story is like this. I put all the blame on me. Like, I don't put any of this on my parents and all.
Yeah.
So like, because I was super spoiled,
Yeah.
I always had my way. And so even after school, I was like, I want to take like a year sabbatical.
Gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just take a break from studies and all.
Yeah.
And just like explore.
What was your mindset? Was it What is the reason?
It
Just for
was-
fun.
Basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, but I said like even though I'm taking a year break, I will take some course in between.
Okay. And this is 2004, 5,
This was 2003.
3. Okay.
Three,
Yeah.
So I enrolled in Maya in Delhi. This is like
What's Maya?
this animation course that they had in Southex Delhi.
Okay.
Mac,
Maya the
sorry,
software?
yeah. So
Maya
it
the
was
software.
Mac was the institute,
Yeah, got
and
it,
like
got it.
MAAC. And I had no idea what was going on. It was I just to get my parents off my back that I'm
You're
not
doing
like
something.
for 1
Yeah.
year I'm not just gonna be chilling.
Yeah.
I had to
just
do
do
something,
3D
right?
software.
Yeah. And then my God, like an elder cousin brother of mine.
Yeah.
He was also taking that course,
Okay.
and he was struggling, and he had some background knowledge. Like he had taken some courses
Okay.
prior to that also.
Okay.
So I went in there like just no idea what was going on, and like I'm. It's like I feel ashamed of like that part of my life, because like I really, it was just like, for me, it was just like no purpose. I
Yeah.
was just like looking to have fun,
Yeah.
and all that. And then that's actually when 2003. Yeah, that's when my dad passed away.
Oh no. Yeah.
So after that was like a serious wake up call.
Reality check.
Yeah, a big
Yeah.
reality check. And even then, after he passed away, I was 18 at that time. 18 at that time. And I had this mindset where it was, I won't say it wasn't fake, but it wasn't really thought through properly.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay, it's, obviously I was sad, but I was motivated in the sense that I need to be like the man of the house.
Who's your only child?
Like,
Only son.
yeah. And then I need to take care of my family,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
which that part was genuine in the sense I was not like faking that, but the the part that I'm saying was not really thought through, was like, what am I going to do? The intention was there,
You knew you wanted
Yeah.
to provide for your family,
and
but
then
how
take
you
care,
would do it was
the intention was there, but what's the method,
yeah.
and what's the plan, right?
Yeah.
So when that happened, I honestly wanted to just get into just start business, or just I was pretty clueless, but I just wanted to start doing something like that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of pressure, obviously, to finish my
Yeah.
graduation, do all this. So,
Especially during that time.
yeah, those days it
yeah.
was like, oh my God, if you're not a graduate, then
What are
you're
you
a
doing?
failure.
Yeah,
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 exactly. So, but I never did graduate. I dropped out from. I was doing my BBA from Sikkim Manipal.
Okay.
So second year, I was like, that time it was not about the fun or the trying to get out of studying or anything.
Yeah.
It was just not for me. I mean, I honestly felt like, or maybe that particular course
Season,
or that
yeah,
institute was not, it was not aligning with what I was trying to learn and all that. But I sort of gave up after that. I felt like it was not for me
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. And then?
And then, I got straight into music after that.
Okay. So before that, maybe if you don't mind me asking, what did your father do? And was your father also in business? Why I ask is because
Yeah.
your kind of immediate thing was
Yeah.
you want to start some business and all that. No.
He was into politics,
Okay.
but he was he was more like a contractor
Yeah.
and social worker.
Got it.
Yeah, and he was very much into sports. This is where I got sports from. He was in a band also. He was into music and sports. I got from him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like I said, he founded the Archery and
Association.
Athletics
Yeah,
Association
yeah,
back then. And he had this, he was a footballer, captain the Nagaland team and all
Nice.
that. So he was very much, he wanted to do big things with sports
Yeah.
for Naga people and all that.
Yeah.
Politics, he was not mainstream politics. When I say mainstream, it's people who are at the face of
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
contesting and stuff like that. But yeah, he was heavily involved.
Yeah.
Business, not
much.
Yeah, not business like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
what I mean to say is business is because he had this thing from me, where during that time when I was just flip flopping, not
Yeah.
doing anything,
Yeah.
he was literally trying to do stuff for me,
Set things up.
Even then, I was still spoiled, obviously, but trying to handed to me on a silver platter.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
there was this, I remember this project report that he and his friend made for me.
Oh, okay.
Like to run a cyber cafe. And
Oh,
this
wow.
was like when there was no computers back in
Yeah.
Dimapur and all. I mean, no computers, but no cyber cafes publicly,
yeah.
you know, open
Yeah,
for thing
yeah,
and all that.
yeah.
And I don't know what happened to that. He passed away
And just
soon after that, but
Yeah.
it just fizzled out. But
Yeah.
I still remember I have that, you know,
DPR.
yeah, DPR, like simple one.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this many computer PC sets
Wow.
and this, that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was like, you know, trying to look out for me. Like you said, the worry about like, what is
The
this?
fear,
Because
yeah.
looking back, if I was in his position, I would be like,
Especially
oh my
when
God,
you
what
were,
is this
yeah.
guy gonna do? You know, like, you know, so like, I totally understand that. And yeah, I mean, I take full, like, you know, responsibility for
Yeah.
what I, like, you know, kind of like went through at that time. And like, you know, I don't try to hide it. I don't,
Yeah.
I at all don't glorify it also.
Yeah.
But you know, like,
But that's the truth.
Yeah, that's part of my journey. That's
Yeah.
made me who I am today. So I'm like, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. And how was your relationship with your father? Again,
Super
you went
close.
super close.
Yeah.
I was
super
gonna.
close. Yeah. I was like, we were super close. He, like I said, he was like, he was traveling up and down Dimapur, Kohima like all the
Yeah.
time. Like we were born and brought up in Dimapur, right?
Yeah.
Third generation. So Kohima for work or whatever it was,
Yeah.
I would go with him.
Ah.
And those days, I don't, because you are like, you know, the age gap is even between us is like
a lot.
quite significant. But those days, Dimapur and Kohima felt like a whole journey.
Yeah.
You know,
Makes
like
sense.
that felt like, you know.
Yeah.
And so we were doing like the one day to
Up
and fro,
down.
like
Yeah,
go
yeah.
for meeting and
Yeah,
then thing and then come back.
Yeah.
And we were doing that all the time, and he would take me along. I don't remember if it was me who was asking to be with
Yeah.
him or he was
Yeah.
just like trying to involve me and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, every meeting and all, I'd just be, I don't know, doing whatever and then like,
Yeah.
you know.
And like in the room and stuff.
Yeah.
That's huge because even
Yeah.
I was like that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think that's really nice.
it's the key.
Yeah.
Moi karne na, like
Mm-mm.
that is the thing.
Yeah.
Like even my dad, he was an MLA.
Yep.
Is that like he would have me in rooms,
Mm.
like he would literally, and this feels so alien. I was sharing this with Pastor Teja. Like he asked me like how like to your point what you said earlier also, like how am I talking like this and being like this and all that stuff. It's because my dad would always just keep me by his side, not because of any sort of like he needs to be like that.
Yeah.
Like Bosti kan, you know how like Nagaland they Bosti
Yes,
meeting and all that
yes,
stuff also.
yes.
Not like he would literally like scoot the next guy over and
So
get
that
me
you-
by his side. And one of the biggest things was he would ask my opinion, like in front of everyone, just be like, "What do you
I mean,
think?"
that's
You know,
super
like,
important, yeah.
and that is what gives me the ability to do this. So, and I think it don't I mean, I'm like,
Respect to your dad for that, yeah.
and
That's
it's
like,
huge. The boost that I get,
Yep.
like if I'm able to do that with him, I can do it with anyone else. So.
yeah.
Itu like that ahijai,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think what you said. That's why I asked also like one of the reasons, like the fact that your father is taking you around, and especially in this situation when your parents are in certain positions, it's very easy for some people to go like baca kan do
Yeah.
dangol kan kota kora baca kan, like you know, like that's a very common thing to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there were some
Yeah.
some times when like you know you had to sit outside because like of the
Yeah.
maybe like.
Yeah. But it really, I think
But
that's
most of the times it was I was like there, just there.
yeah.
And I think like what you said is something that I truly believe in. I mean, really respect to your pops for that. You know, dads or just parents in general or adults in general.
Yeah.
When we talk to kids, it's like the way you talk to them is super important, and it'll go a long way in molding them also, or their sense of belief, like how you have the sense of belief. That stems from all these past experiences of how certain adults talk to them or treated them.
Yeah.
So I think that's very important.
Yeah, and one of the most dangerous thing I don't know who it was. I think it was Coco who was here, and we were talking about this same thing, about parents-law relationship, no? And one of the most dangerous things a person can be is a grown-up child, though. Right?
Yeah, I get that.
It's not being able to but it's again to your point, like the way you treat your child also, treating them like adults in certain conversations, because they have the capacity to. And I think, and I truly believe that's huge. And even in your case, right, like for your father to just take you around and all that stuff also, like where did that come from for him? Do you have any idea? Like
No, I don't. But he was like, my dad was this super chill guy.
I
He
can
was
tell.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, always like all my. If you ask my cousins and all that,
Yeah.
I mean, I know they don't say it just.
Was he a young
because-
father?
Huh?
Was he a young father?
He passed away very early. He passed away when he was just 49.
Yeah.
I was 18. So.
So between your oldest
I'm
sister
trying
and
to figure out the exact. Yeah, mid-20s.
oh, makes sense.
Yeah,
Pretty young.
mid-20s. Yeah, but if you ask my cousins and all that, like, and I know they for a fact they don't say this just because I'm there or like we're talking about it, but they're like favorite uncle.
Love it. Yeah.
Because like he was that type where like I find this similarity in me also, like just being fun around the kids.
Yeah.
Not trying to be like this grown up that.
Mm.
I mean, at times you must maintain
Yeah.
certain but
Yeah.
then just being fun around them and all that.
Yeah.
It's like I think it builds this genuine relationship.
Friendship.
It's
Friendship.
more like a friendship. Yeah, exactly.
That thing you said about that you commended my father about, like the ability to have those conversations, treating them as it prepares them for the friendship we have to.
For sure.
It was and I always say, and I don't say it's not my quote, but Bishop T.D. Jakes, like he's a preacher.
No.
I'll tell you, he's amazing. Entrepreneur. He's a pastor, but he's also like this entrepreneur, has like businesses and all this stuff. He has this thing of the greatest honor a child can have is to graduate to be their father's friend. There's no greater honor than that, right? And the graduation of sonship is friendship. You have to graduate to the stage though, at some point. And oftentimes not for yourself, but for them. I was sharing this with Ayam Longchar. He had a similar thing. He was, and I think it's a little different with your case because you said you were really close with your father. He was talking about how he regrets not being close to his father. And like, for me, I was talking about how I thoroughly enjoy my relationship with my parents now because we're in this level of friendship now. And it heals them in so many ways also.
Right.
Because you're there for them in such a way where they can share about things that sometimes they cannot even share with each other.
Yeah.
You know, and like for me, the last 4 or 5 years of me just shadowing my dad around, I wouldn't trade that for anything else.
Yeah. I mean, you better not.
Yeah.
Like that's something that like a lot of people until like you never know what you have until it's gone.
Yeah.
My case also like so many times wishing like what if like that like how would it have been, and so this thing is very important about like what you're saying about for them. It's important for them also, and not just for you to be friends with them also, because I think there's only one man in this world who will genuinely want you to become better than him, and that's your dad. No, not to take away anything from your friends or your cousins, uncles, and all that, but genuinely without and 1% of doubt, and that's your dad. So I think, it's very important to grow from that parent-child relationship to becoming friends. I think that's so cool that if you have that, I'm like happy for you.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think I would have had that also if he continued to live. And one thing I'll just share is that like we weren't for sure we weren't like super close when it came to like conversation. So conversations were never really that deep. But for us, it was always a fun time. Like like we joke with each other with like so we had that bond. And it was like real friendship. But when you talk about communication and topics, I mean like I never had that like to that extent, like because considering how close we were, you'd expect like us to talk about everything, which wasn't the case so much. We talked about girlfriends and stuff like that, but when you like on a deeper level, kind of, like we never really went there.
It kind of makes sense because even my deeper level came only now.
Like much later, like
like it like any friendship. It's again because boarding school too again. You're together for a short time and you go away for so long, and I got to know him so much better once I came back only. And again, the habit of just asking how's your day going starts with that. But after a certain level, I think it was only when I'm 19, 20 that deep stuff came in. Some things came from him also. He was able to just let me into certain conversations, and that made me go, wow, like. And on the hindsight, I didn't realize then. On the hindsight, I'm like, oh wait, those are things actually he would have never shared with anyone else. But he's actually taking me along in that. And very intentional with those things. No, what's crazy, the fact that we're talking about this now is, so I don't really prepare much for this, but I think I told you about this on over the phone or as a voice note as well. I was telling you about how one of the things you asked, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, yeah.
And I mentioned about this only about like I've seen your relationship with Lucas,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's something that like it gives me so much hope. I'm not a father yet, but just the way you're modeling that, and I really wanted to get into that. And
Cool.
in fact, I thought that would be the first, and then it would go to like, how's your relationship with your father?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I'm
just
glad
been
naturally it came this way, and it just makes so much sense. It answered so many. We saved a lot of time, I guess. It answered all the. You want a refill?
Yeah, please.
I need
coffee.
Yeah, sure. All good, bro.
Yeah. This is bothersome.
Yeah. Is there anything that could help other than the tea?
No, I think it's
Okay.
How far along are we?
How far have we gotten? Yeah.
1 hour already shot by.
Jaldi Jaina.
Flies, man. Time flies. But when the conversation is,
Any flow, dona?
when there's a flow, I hope it's all good.
Yeah. Oh, amazing, bro. Like everything that
I-
we want to talk about.
Because I tend to hunch a lot, yeah.
Same.
I'm trying to make a conscious effort of leaning back because
That's why we know.
I have really bad posture. That's why like
Yeah.
if the chairs are not,
Yeah.
I start slumping.
Yeah. So this chair is not good.
Yeah, but at least for people like me. For people like me.
Yeah, we used to use those chairs. I realized there was less mobility for that as well.
Oh, okay.
I realized this is better in terms of like, still figuring it out. But yeah, since we're taking a break, we'll get to Lucas in a bit.
Yeah.
How do you feel though about just the podcast in general?
I mean, first of all, thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why I asked you this, why I asked you, what do you want to talk about is because, I wanted to know why I'm being invited onto the podcast.
Oh my.
Okay. No, I mean, really, seriously. Because when I invite guests, or at least when I look for guests that I want on my podcast, is people whose story I find interesting.
Yeah.
Besides what they're doing, of course, what they're doing also must be something of interest and not the same usual thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't even matter if they're not doing anything, big accomplishments or anything like that. But like if their story is interesting, I feel it make for a good conversation.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know because I was like, I checked out. I'm sorry, I haven't gone to check out
no
your
worries.
super long, which is good. It
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
long podcast,
Yeah.
longer the better. But I was seeing people have a specific, this person's a musician or he's a pastor or whatever it is. They have. That's why I was wondering. But congrats on the podcast. How long has it been?
The actual podcast was just around yours.
Okay.
I started in 2020.
Did you start with just monologues?
Monologues.
No?
Yeah.
You started. I remember I saw.
Yeah. It was just around your shout out only. But there were a few things in my mind in the sense that I didn't want this to be work. I didn't want this to feel like work. I also did not want this to be something where I add to the noise. I wanted to be very intentional about it. So I pray a lot at this point,
It's good, it's good.
So
I do too.
I just had this leading that it wasn't like I recorded a lot. I just didn't put it out. There was no piece to put it out yet.
When did you get the guests involved?
Last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always wanted it, but it's all God's plan. I always was waiting for God's peace to come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm curious now. Like, I'm gonna take the
Sure, go
host
for it.
role. But what was the real
Reason?
inspiration? Yes, behind.
My conversations in general. So, right before COVID, I was in Hong Kong, like I said. Was that? One second there.
Yeah, sure. Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What
So-
inspired you? What was the thought process like?
Conversations. So I was always extroverted, like crazy extrovert. Like if you leave me in a room with people, the silence would kill me. Like I would just love, like I would just want, I need to start a conversation with someone. Ini na pare types na. So again, 2018, I went to Hong Kong and I was always curious, a curious kid. Again, comes from my father's relationship with my father also. I was always curious, sometimes to a fault. Galibi kai bishi. Stupid questions and all that stuff, no?
Right.
So I was always curious. But that had me have wonderful conversations with people abroad. Like random people, who professors, who classmates, everyone. I was just having these conversations and something just around 2019, I realized, whoa, like if one could record these, I just want to just amplify these. And that's the thing that I follow also. I always share, like, I want to amplify the normal. So to your point, if I want, why you? Because you're also just someone normal as well. Like, again, and I love what you said earlier about you want to bring people, regardless of if they're doing anything or not.
Yeah.
You want to bring people you are interested in.
Yeah.
Same.
I mean, that's key, yeah. That's the main-
there are people we could ask for clout, but we're not here for that though.
Exactly.
Right? Like, I thoroughly believe it should be genuine. And in a way, maybe this, for us, we have a certain, it's a privilege in our field. We're allowed to be selfish. To be able to call people we want to call, no?
I totally agree. I like why, one of the reasons why I got into this, there are multiple reasons. Something that I wanted to do for a long time because I was a fan of podcasts anyway.
Yeah.
From way back. And one of the main reasons was like it was during COVID, right?
Yeah.
During COVID, when like there was too much negativity, right? And like I'm one person who's like, to a fault also, but like super optimistic.
That's good.
I like to be optimistic. Gets on people's nerves sometimes, you know, like.
Worst situation you find the one small thing.
Yeah, like, enough with that. Like, you know, we're drowning or something, and you're trying to like, you know. But yeah, so I would just try to spread positivity, but also because even between, like, one of the biggest problems I feel about our society is that there's so much hate right now. Much more than love, there's so much hate, and like, you know, there's so much
bitterness,
there's so much tribalism, the isms, every ism there is, it's existing and growing too much for my liking. And I wanted to, you know, bring positivity. So one of my key things about the podcast is like to just amplify positivity.
Amplification, that's
100%, that's one. Another thing is also like, so my thing is like, I invite guests who I'm interested in their story.
Yeah.
So as a person or as their career or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And, you know, I talk about stuff like, you know, their life, basically, like how we're doing, the life story thing. We do all that. After that, there's this segment that I usually keep where like I talk to them about certain topics or issues that are relevant to us as a people or to Nagaland.
Got it.
And the whole point about, you know, for this was that because I was trying to do something where like I want, you know, say for example, on the issue of, just say something like corruption. So I want like the audience to get a point of view, a doctor's point of view on corruption.
Yeah.
You know, an engineer's point of view on corruption on the same topic, but so you're trying to bridge that, you know, like, oh, even they think like me, or even on what you know, that's totally wrong. They shouldn't think like that, whatever it may be. But you know, like just to hear other people's opinion on certain topics. And the advantage with us is that this is a one-way conversation. You know, at most they can do is just comment bad things. So you know, like we get to say our piece. And then I think it's very crucial at this time where like there's so much shouting on social media when you're trying to make a point. They're not listening. So here, if they want to, they can turn off the video. But if they watch, then they will hear that person's POV on whatever topic it is and get to hear them out
honestly,
properly. And without interruption, right? And without being shouted over and spammed with comments or, you know. So, that's... I was curious about why you started your podcast.
Yeah, it was that. And for me, it was also a vision from the Lord. Like, just... Again, don't want to label it as a Christian podcast. Like, I want to do this for the next 40, 50 years. Yeah. You know, like...
I want to do this also. Same thing.
Yeah, and there's a certain genuine passion. And that's why I said I started in 2020, but I didn't want to push it as a work thing. I want to sustain. I want it to be like pretty thing. So 4 years, I had 4 episodes. But it was only on Spotify and stuff like that.
That's cool, yeah. Like,
Yeah. But yeah, I realized. But then, all God's plan. Because 2020, I just came back from Hong Kong. I didn't know. I knew people like family, friends, kando, but I wouldn't have known you. Think about it. Like, just if I look back, I see how intentional God was. The fact that we crossed paths. I had crossed paths with like every single person that I had on. I had something or the other to do with them at some point.
Yeah.
And that came in the last 4 years. If I would have just started the pod as it is,
you wouldn't have like people like even if you call someone, you wouldn't have that
exactly.
Even if it was just that one time meeting, or
we can tap into a certain level of conversation.
Right.
That yes, for example, like Kevin Savino, he was on like first time we were meeting.
Okay.
But it's a little different. But again, in general, most of the people I have on the list are people that I've been able to do something or the other with, or kind of cross path with, and all those things. And God was growing me also in a lot of ways to have these kind of conversations. So, about you said you've been watching a lot of podcasts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Who are you consuming?
I mean, to be very honest, right now, like I also am unable to like do my usual.
Yeah.
You know, like I hate when I watch a podcast. I have to finish it. Like I'm not. You know, I don't know about
sitting?
you. Yeah, in one sitting, bro. I need to get it done.
Yeah.
I cannot do like the
Oh man.
30 minutes here, later come back, and I'm just like that. But obviously, Joe Rogan's is like one of the biggest inspirations behind like. Because I found his to be so super genuine,
authentic,
regardless of whatever the topics are and all.
Yeah.
Like you know who the guest is. Yeah, I mean.
There's value. You get value in every episode.
100%.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know, PBD.
Yeah. Oh, I love PBD.
Yeah, PBD is like very informative.
Yeah.
Yours
Schultz. Schultz.
I mean, I like Schultz as a comedian, not so much as a like
Okay.
as his flagrant thing.
Yeah.
I like him more as a comedian on stage. Like
Okay.
I find him super funny.
Yeah.
Lex Friedman.
Yeah, Lex is nice. Yeah.
And there's this who's this guy? Sean, like ex-military, I think.
No idea.
Okay. Anyway.
Different sort of. Yeah.
Sean Ryan. I'm skipping my
Butchering
mind.
it.
But but anyway, can't do the podcast like how we used to, like, you know.
Yeah.
Back then, and also because like there's so many things happening in life that like, you know.
Yeah.
And our podcast, hour and a half, 2 hours is no joke, you know, like to sit. And like I said, I need to do it in one go. I can't do like 20 minutes here, come back.
So you don't consume as much.
Yeah, I don't 100% don't consume it as much.
Yeah.
But if
do you watch or just listen, passive listening?
I usually watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
I like to get
you're
zone.
actually taking out time.
I take out time to watch that, and I get in the zone. I think that's why I feel there's something about video, like, you know, podcast, is that this is something that I tell my artists.
I see where you're going with this, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Like,
I tell my like the artists that I have under Infinity Inc. is being genuine is gonna be the most important thing about you as a musician in your career.
Yeah.
Because this is something that's gonna translate across the lens.
Yeah.
In your music
breaks that
video.
wall.
Yeah. If you're faking it and all that, people, it comes across the screen. You can see it, like, you know. So likewise, when you watch certain podcasts and people are being genuine and you just get it.
Yeah, you know.
And it adds so much value to whatever they're saying, which is like some, you know, some really good insight or funny things or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But it adds so much value to it.
Yeah.
So I feel like the video thing is very underrated, and why people say like, oh, I just listen, you know, pop, working out, I'm listening, which is good. It's all good. That's a lot of good content. Yeah. But the video aspect of it adds a lot.
Same. Because for me, I do both. Some podcasts, because I'm a designer, there's a lot of like, so when I'm designing, like a lot of the brain power work has been done in the front end, like conceptualization, and then I go flow, right? So in that flow is when I have something on right? So that's different, but I still have it on video on a different screen, something. If I like something, I would go back and even, do you do this? I don't know if you do this. Like, I observe their body language. I observe, like, if they say something that I actually like, I'll actually see how they're delivering it, every single aspect of it. And I actually love when, like, for example, Impulsive or even Rogan and stuff like that, they have behind this, like, they have literally no cuts. Like some random stuff is happening.
Yeah.
But it just, and that's what I like to do here as well. Like for example, Asalie Peseyie, Kevin Savino was here. My dad just walked in to meet him.
That's
like,
cool.
randomly, you know, so like just. Yeah.
I mean, I 100% agree with you. During one of my podcasts with, I forget who is very early on, like one of the first ones.
Yeah.
The pressure cooker was going off because my kitchen was just nearby, and so we're just keeping that in, like,
Yeah.
you know, and dogs, because those days my backdrop used to be like this, the glass
The
window.
glass. I actually like
And
it a
so
lot.
like-
Acoustic beer, you know?
Yeah, acoustic bishop, yeah.
Yeah.
But like kids walking
behind.
in the background,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
dogs, yeah.
But
Stuff
that's
like
cool.
what you're saying, like,
Yeah.
I mean, it adds to the
Rawness of it also.
and like, you know, the authenticity of it also. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Jai.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, I think, who's went out? We did before, but there was one that Udi Mongsen. So he was on. Like Jai, I just put the Undertaker music. Tung, like, you know, like people found it people found it funny if they found it funny. But yeah, how again? Okay, more podcast to Aijawo, but I really want to tap into this music part also.
Yeah, cool.
So when did music start?
As in
Like music, like your label, all of these
Oh,
things.
my label stuff in 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, we officially launched in Feb 2019, Infinity Inc.
Yeah.
And the whole concept behind Infinity Inc. was that Nagaland has like an abundance of talent,
Crazy. Yeah.
crazy talent and all. And we felt that maybe we could provide a service where we fine-tune those talents, market those talents, and, you know, get them to the next level. From the beginning, I've always maintained that Infinity is not like, it should never be the end goal for, or the end game for these artists. We should be
Stepping
the
stone.
stepping stone
Yeah,
for
yeah.
them to get signed, or even if they're going to go indie or whatever,
Yeah.
to a much bigger thing.
Yeah.
And I'll take my joy from that.
Yeah.
If I get to put Moko on
Yeah.
some major label or
Yeah.
get signed to this or that.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's how I look at Infinity, is that we're a stepping stone for these artists and all.
Yeah.
But in the meanwhile, in the process,
Yeah.
like, we're gonna do as much as possible as we can for you guys. And I feel there's so many times that, like, you know, we've been lacking also. I admit, you know, like, because we're also like learning along the way. A lot of things are like, you know, to be very honest, this kind of like a record label, because we're an independent record
Yeah,
label.
yeah.
We're not the big machine, you know, like how Universal, Sony, and all
They're
these.
tied to-
yeah.
yeah.
And they have like everything is plug and play, like everything
Yeah.
is ready to go.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars
Yeah.
budget for advertising, everything, you know. So
They
we're just
are
a-
the system.
They are the system, exactly.
Yeah.
And they're very evil also.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like of how they trap artists with
Yeah.
certain contracts and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So we're just an independent label. And then we thought, like, Nagaland has so much talent.
Yeah.
If we can tap into it. And one of the things I find that we Nagas lack, artists, Naga musicians lack, is professionalism.
Yeah.
And it's no shade to our artists and all. It's just that, I don't know for what reason, whatever reason it is, but there's a serious lack of professionalism.
Yeah.
That means to say, like, when you're hired for a gig, you're expected to learn your lyrics. You're
Yeah.
supposed to have your set choreographed,
Yeah, yeah.
your outfits ready. You know, you should when you
Yeah,
have a
the
gig,
package.
you should come
Yeah.
dressed
Yeah,
to
yeah,
impress.
Yeah.
You cannot have singing notes. I mean, your lyrics on a stand
Yeah.
or your phone. You know,
Yeah.
you cannot be late.
Yeah.
So many things, and these are just small things that maybe no one taught them. You know, and so just this thing about professionalism is one thing, and also the outlet. We don't claim to, like, you know, if you sign with Infinity, you're gonna be like this.
Yeah.
But we do have our own small
Following,
network.
yeah.
We have, like, you know, ways to get you out there.
Yeah.
And our thing is that we're trying to build you.
Yeah.
We're not trying to, like, you know, like if Mung signs to Infinity as an artist.
As a rapper.
Yeah.
As a rapper.
I'll let you be a rapper. If you sign to us, it doesn't mean that, like, I'm trying to get you gigs.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build you.
So that I am able to get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So one of the biggest misconceptions I would say is like, or he signed or she signed to Infinity, but they're still not getting gigs, you know? So it's a process. People
You're
don't
equipping
understand.
them, not
We're trying
giving them
to
something.
do our best to give them all the tools.
Yeah.
And also fine-tune them, mold them, groom them into, the best version that we can possibly do from our side.
Yes.
Because the onus is on them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's on the
It's
artist.
worth it if they make it worth it. Though.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah,
for that matter, right?
So another reason, not another reason, but another point is that when I ever have talks with an artist that I'm interested in bringing on board Infinity, is I let it be known that, like, I need you to be 100% in.
Yeah.
But if you're not 100% in, then we're not doing this. So,
and what does the 100% in look like?
I mean, that means you're really trying to be an artist.
Yeah.
It's not like a time pass thing.
Yeah.
It's not like I want to see how it goes. I'm still giving my coaching classes here. No, like if you're
like
in, you're
full-time
in.
artists.
Full-time artist. And it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah.
I use the same example every time, but like all the successful artists or the big artists that we have in Nagaland, like the Alobos, Nises, whoever, that's your sisters also.
Yeah.
They also had to pay their dues,
Wow.
They're not getting, I'm just throwing random numbers, but they're not getting like 1 lakh artist fee overnight.
Yeah.
They had to do free gigs. They had to get paid chump change to perform, beg to perform here and there also.
Yeah.
They had to do this over years.
Yeah.
So people don't understand this process, and sometimes it gets to artists where they get frustrated because gigs are not coming. And
coming soon enough.
Yeah.
Or they're not getting the big checks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's one part where like it's a little tricky because you can understand their situation also.
Yeah.
Where obviously getting a gig means it's like sort of a validation also, right?
Yeah.
That like,
yeah.
someone wants me
Yeah.
to perform.
Yeah.
So that means I'm wanted or like I'm in demand or whatever. But the more important thing, which is very hard to explain and for them also to genuinely and truly grasp, is this process. And if you get this process right, and I guarantee them that like success is never guaranteed. It's like
You guarantee them that success is not guaranteed. I love that.
Yeah. So, but if you do your part and we do our part and we make this a combined effort and we try and
the odds are on it. Like you're just building more odds.
Yeah, you will, and the gigs and the money and all will all be a byproduct. It'll come automatically.
Yeah.
You don't need to chase that anymore and all. But in the meantime, focus is like, it should be there and not trying to like perform or
Yeah. And that's a tough one because, to your point, for the long term you got to sacrifice short term. For the short term you got to sacrifice long term.
For sure, yeah.
You end up sacrificing long term if you're going for the short term thing, no?
And it's totally understandable for some artists because not everyone comes from privileged lives, and and so for them,
bills.
They got to pay bills, and which is totally understandable. But it is what it is.
But it's part of the game.
It is what it is. Because like if you are looking just to earn, and that is your goal,
what happens once you earn it?
No, and I mean it's just not the right path and the mindset to have like.
Your fuel is wrong.
Yeah,
right?
100%, exactly.
Yeah. That's when people have midlife crisis though. Because that's I do that with young designers. So I have I take classes for online for classes 9 to 12 who are trying for NIDs and the design exams and all.
Oh, I actually want to ask you something about this. But anyway,
sure. So one thing I do tell them is this: what is your motivator? Like, what's your why? Because if your why is something that comes from a place of fear, again, which is now okay to just sustain.
I need to pay my bills.
Usually, design it on nahe because you just know starting to know. But if it's like to prove my parents something, to prove those are things. What happens once you prove them wrong? Your biggest fuel has died down. And nothing wrong with it. If that's your goal, to go into a place where you want to prove someone wrong and go somewhere else, that's your game.
But that's your ceiling limit then.
Exactly. You gotta pivot once you get to that place. So or halfway through or somewhere in the middle you change your motivator. You change your fuel to like, I'm actually enjoying this. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I want, or the byproduct of it, like you said, or like people's lives are getting better because of this. So that's my thing, right? Like when as a designer, design at its core is problem solving. Which means if done right, you can solve world problems. And I know that in my lifetime, I will have only a X number of projects I get to do.
Okay.
And then that gets me to a place where I'm very intentional about. So I'm coming from a heavily privileged position where I get to say no to a lot of clients. And I'm in a place where there is a whole wait list of clients that I can choose from. That sounds crazy to say when I'm saying this right now. But that's I take that from a place of like I pray about it, kind of go, is this person is this mission something I want to add to? You know, like that has to be something you have to get right here. And yeah, but anyways, I could go on.
I mean,
what you're saying.
Yeah. I want, but off camera, I want to ask you
Yeah.
something
Oh,
about
okay.
related to
Yeah.
the classes that you're doing and all. It's for my niece.
Yeah.
But coming back to infinity.
Yeah.
Just losing my train of thought. But basically, I wish there were other people in this field. Right? As far as I know, like I don't think there are other record labels in Nagaland.
Yeah.
Correct? I mean, like, if I'm wrong, then forgive me. But like, as far as I know,
Yeah.
there aren't other record labels in managing artists and trying
Yeah.
to push them out and marketing them and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I wish there were more.
Yeah.
I wish there, because I know there are people who are capable of doing it.
Yeah.
I know people who can invest in it by themselves or get investors, whatever, and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But there needs to be much more of this pushing artists out. Yeah.
So if one needs to, what goes into starting a label?
I mean, you're talking to someone who literally did it step by
Exactly.
step, like
Yeah.
like in the sense that like I
You
had
figured it out along the way.
along the way.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's still a learning process for us, and it
Yeah.
better be, like whatever
Yeah.
you're doing, better be a learning process till the end.
Yeah.
But the only thing that we had as because DJ Ina, who was one of my co-founders in the beginning,
Okay.
but like now it's a different situation now. But
Yeah.
in the beginning, we had this thing where like we had our forte,
Okay.
me with hip hop and rap,
Yeah.
and him with being a DJ
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So that's why when you look at Infinity, we do get boxed in as this. We don't claim to be just like a hip hop,
Label.
or just for DJs and stuff like that. But it just so happens that two of the founders
It
have
took that shape.
two of the founders have a strong background in those two genres.
Yeah.
So hence why we have and we like to
Strengths.
specialize in those fields.
Yeah.
Not to say that we can't sign or manage a pop artist or whatever, but we feel like it's better not to. And when
Yeah.
we hope someone
Yeah.
does, like with a rock band or like
Yeah.
I mean with the
Other
rock
genres.
genres and
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. What does a signing process look like? So if there's someone out there who wants to, I also know you have this thing called Infinity Next,
Yeah.
right? So
Infinite Next is on hold right now, but yeah, go ahead.
yeah, but anyways, so if there's anyone who is seeing this
Yeah,
episode and goes like, okay, I do think I want to go in 100% into this, and how does one reach?
Okay, so just a few things.
Yeah.
First of all, like we are also just like a very small
Yeah.
institution, right? The Infinity Inc. is like literally an independent label, meaning we have a very small team and all, and so even our resources are very limited.
Yeah.
Right. We
Yeah.
try to do the best with what we have and how we can do it. We try our best. But we are focused on the few artists that we have. So not like pushing away anyone who's interested in all that.
Yeah.
But the the first thing they can do is they can just shoot us a mail or DM us
Yeah.
or whatever, and then just say like, I am so and so, and
Yeah,
and then we
yeah.
usually ask for demos and just to
Okay.
listen and see if there's something we like or
Yeah.
something we can work with.
Yeah.
But to be very honest, at this point, we're not taking on new artists right now. But if there's someone that we are interested in,
Yeah. You would.
we reach out. We don't have any, issues about like.
What's the percentage looking like in terms of the people currently, or people who you have had so far? How many of them were people you reached out versus how many people of them were kind of?
All of them have been people who we reached,
you reached out to.
Mhm.
So it's always been like you kind of
Yeah.
finding the
Because
talent.
I really feel like that we shouldn't feel no way about like like, oh, I don't think I can go ask him or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if they don't want to sign, they don't want to sign. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
what we offer is like what we offer, but like
You're coming from a good heart.
yeah,
also.
yeah. That we can do something together, like both
Yeah.
both parties, you know.
Yeah.
And the signing process is it's very simple. I'll just speak from the ones that we've signed recently. Is that I always sit them down before like walk them through the process of what it's going to be, what the contract is going to be, and I tell each and every one of them that like the paper thing is just there as a formality.
Yeah.
I've had artists who've walked out
Midway. Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to go sue them or anything, you know, like, it's just for, like, I'm not trying to encourage people to just walk midway.
But also it's part of the professionalism you're trying to build also.
I'm trying to build a
Yeah.
professional,
Yeah.
atmosphere and all that, but I want them to be, I want that to come from them.
Yeah.
Like the loyalty aspect of it or whatever it is, like,
It's based on trust.
it's based on trust, right? So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if they're leaving midway, it's not like I'm going to go after them, sue
Yeah.
them, whatever, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it is what it is. I sit down with them, walk them through the process, and
Yeah.
then I tell them very carefully that, like, talk to your parents, your close friends about this. You don't have to reveal the details of
Yeah.
our contract, but go
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
Even the printed contract, I give it to them to
Yeah.
first go through it, share this with your parents and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
that's how we go.
What does the business side of it look like? If you don't mind me asking, like, again,
Yeah.
you don't have to get through the exact number and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But again, for people who might be interested in all that,
Yeah.
no? How does that look like? How are you even sustaining? First of
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
because you're an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
and these are conversations that I can have with business people.
Yeah.
So now this could go into people who are wanting to sign with you, or people who are wanting to start a label themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? How does the mechanics of that look like
It's,
for you?
basically, it's the biggest revenue stream would be from gigs.
Okay.
So we are like 6, 7 artists total, including DJs and all.
Yeah.
But the revenue stream from gigs, so we do take a percentage,
Yeah.
and this is in exchange for the services that we offer them, which is the marketing and
Yeah.
the branding, the
Yeah.
mentoring, all this, so on and so forth. And so that's the biggest revenue stream.
Yeah.
I would 100%, and I openly admit, like, Infinity Inc. is not something that's like such a big money maker.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm very open about it, but we do struggle. But then I at least I enjoy the struggle there. Like, it's something
love
that
it.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
build upon, something literally with my own bare hands and all that.
Mhm.
But we do events also.
Yeah.
Time to time we get like some big events, and
Yeah.
that's where, like, the earning is pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
But on a regular, like, day to day sustaining it is like through gigs. So that's where there needs to be a balance of like established artists in our
Yeah.
roster.
Yeah.
If you are looking to open,
Yeah.
you need some established artists in your roster who
Yeah.
can sort of bring in the steady,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then the younger ones, or the ones with potential, I won't just say younger,
Yeah.
the ones who you believe have the potential to go there,
Yeah.
then that sort of gives them cover.
Yeah.
These established artists gives you cover,
Yeah.
where even if these people don't earn for the next 2 years,
80-20 Nishna. The
Exactly.
80-20
Yeah.
rule. Yeah. Okay, before we move on to the next topic, because we're kind of
Yeah, yeah.
thing also, I want to, before we jump from this topic, one advice, because you have been someone who has constantly been working with these artists, you have seen the scene, you have
Yeah.
seen people like Moko
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it to a certain level. What's maybe one or two advice you would give someone starting off, like an artist?
artist.
Yeah.
Okay. First and foremost, like, the number one thing I always say is, you have to be genuine. And it sounds so cliche, it sounds so simple and all, but you have to be authentic, right? Excuse me. So I'll just give you an example. Long time back, like back in 2005, I was like, when I was like into rapping and all this and all that. Jay Sean came to Kohima.
Okay.
And we were part of the show, and I just gave him my CD, this mixtape thing that I had, and I said, please check it out and let me know what you think.
Yeah.
And then they were like, it was like 7, 8 songs or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's very cringe. I'm not going to share that CD. That's like way back. So anyway, from those 7, 8 songs, only one song was about like sort of like the Naga situation, kind of, about the struggles and all that. The rest were just like club, this, get money kind of, like those kind of songs. No?
Yeah.
And so what he told me still lives in my head till this
Oh,
day.
wow. So he actually listened to all of them.
I don't know if he listened to all of them, but he said,
Yeah.
you need to do more of this. Like,
genuine, yeah.
all these things about like the girls, the cars, the money, the usual.
Everyone's doing it.
Everyone's doing. There are millions of people who might be better than you who are doing this.
Yeah.
Why compete with something that like,
I love it.
you have this something that's unique
Yeah.
in the sense your situation
Yeah.
is unique to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
That's something that you can offer.
Yeah.
And so this is my advice to, the musicians is you don't have to become like a traditional
Yeah.
singer or anything.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but just be genuine and be authentic. You don't have to follow trends and you know.
And that's what Moko is doing also.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
his
There's something
songs
that
and all
we
those
are
things,
really
yeah.
pushing with him also,
Yeah,
and even
yeah.
the other artists with Savizo,
Savizo,
Savizo's
kid,
bro,
like
he's gonna
his-
blow. Trust me.
I've seen his stuff.
Yeah, he's gonna blow big time.
Mm.
I'm like super confident, and we have like DJ Sana,
Yeah, yeah.
who's transitioning. Like it'll be revealed
Yeah,
in this month. She's gonna
yeah.
transition into something totally different.
Wow.
And these people
that
are
sounds you need to politically correct that also.
politically correct. Her musical career is gonna transition into something. Yeah, and so these people are all doing their own thing, and like Naga, in the sense like Moko's thing is like
Yeah.
that very Naga
Proper,
thing,
yeah, yeah,
and with
yeah.
Nagamis rap, and with but
Yes.
the others are not so much with the Naga thing, but they're 100% genuine, and
Yeah.
that's why it translates across the screen when you see them.
Savizo,
Yeah,
he's good. And to your point, it kind of like it's beyond the camera. You kind of know that
you can feel the energy
you
through
can
the
feel-
camera
exactly.
if you're genuine and authentic.
Yeah. So true, so true. Yeah, that's so good. So being genuine
Yeah.
and like
Another advice. Okay. Yeah. So you have to be ready for the grind. I mean, if you really want to make it as a musician, like I said earlier, I can guarantee you that success is not guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
But
I love
if you are going to make it one day,
yeah,
there's that once in a while, the once in a blue moon chance of you becoming viral, one song becoming viral, and you becoming an overnight sensation.
Yeah, yeah.
But that is like 1 in a million chance,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Most of the people who make it have to grind.
Yeah.
You need to put in the years and the hour. The hours and the years
Yeah.
of
The 10,000 hour rule.
the 10,000 hour rule.
Yeah.
And you mix that in with getting paid zero,
Yeah.
performing for free, getting paid
struggle.
peanuts.
Yeah, yeah.
The struggle, the hustle,
Yeah.
the grind.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you have to be ready for that. And I understand money it's very important. Money is a very important thing, but let that be that will become a byproduct. Trust
Yeah.
me. Like when you reach a certain level,
Yeah.
you won't have to worry about money. Like
Yeah.
in whatever field that is, it's not
Yeah.
just for music, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
When you reach a certain level,
Yeah.
money just becomes a byproduct. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to your point, because it's fleeting. Again, it's either you go super greedy for the money,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you realize it doesn't really like. It's again, you gotta feed something bigger than yourself at a certain level, at a certain point. You wanna say anything?
Yeah, I wanna. When on the topic of this whole money thing, like, there's this thing. I'm this like I love to be very philosophical
Okay.
about everything.
Love it. Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, there's this thing about money and like how it is sort of a little taboo in our place, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
Not talked
it's
about.
and it's almost like you feel. I'm not saying I'm rich, but like for people to be rich, it's like
Yeah, you
guilty
feel
kind
guilt.
of. Yeah,
you're
and
taking away
like
from, yeah.
right, and even to talk about it and stuff like that. But just something
So
about
good. Yeah.
something about this is for you.
Yeah.
Like a question to you personally is like,
Okay.
do you have this number in your head? Because I always ask this question to like my younger
Yeah.
cousins and
Yeah.
friends and whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you have this number? Even you guys, do you have this number in your head
Yeah.
where like this number means you're gonna be content with this number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the only person who can tell if you're lying is you.
Yeah.
Because once you get that X amount that,
Yeah.
once I reach this number, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
But once you get there, if you're not happy, that means you've been lying to yourself,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So being super honest, do you have a number? Like, you don't have to tell me. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, do you have a number? So that when you reach that point,
Yeah.
you will be super good. Yeah.
I had it and I did it, and it's not.
Huh?
I had it.
Yeah.
I got there.
Yeah.
Last
And
year,
yeah.
I shared it with Pastor Chavy.
Okay. And it was not the number. Or?
It didn't feel good doing it.
Mm.
So it wasn't worth it.
Mm.
The grind, the panic attacks, like all of those things.
I mean, that,
like,
yeah.
it comes from a place of peace. At least in terms of my values. I wasn't spending enough time with my parents, the things that I value a lot. And again, it was also mine was different. Mine was like that number in a year.
Oh,
Kind
that's
of
like a yearly
you get it?
target.
Like,
No,
so it was
that's
like the
different.
goal
Yeah,
kind of a
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I agree with you.
You get
Exactly
what
what
I'm
you're saying.
saying, yeah.
So I know what you're saying. A certain number that your life is kind of
Yeah,
you
sad.
won't want more.
You don't need
enough
to earn
sustain.
anymore.
Yeah,
Exactly,
I
yeah.
do have that.
Yeah.
I do have that, and I believe that though.
So, and I think
Yeah.
like people should know their number.
Yeah.
Because what's the point on like grinding and working so hard where you're sacrificing your time
Yeah.
where you could be spending it with your children or your
Yeah.
friends or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But like like
That's good.
you need to have
good.
like I think, and in order for this to be like for this philosophy to work,
Yeah.
you have to be truly
Aware.
and honest,
Honest.
also.
Yeah.
Because like like say I reach that number and suddenly like, oh, I can't buy this with this
Yeah.
number,
And
or I
that's a
can't.
very important thing
you know?
because it grows though.
Yeah,
your
yeah,
need
yeah.
will only grow.
Yep.
Like you get another
Exactly.
equipment and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, you're
I
on to
wish-
the next.
yeah.
You get a car, oh,
Yeah,
you
I
see a better
wish-
car. Like
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
So to be truly honest with yourself and like,
yeah.
and not to say that you cannot earn after that.
Yeah.
This philosophy doesn't say that like after you reach this number you can't earn more. But all I'm saying is like once you reach this, you don't have to earn more.
Yeah, it's the happiness graph. There was a study done. Do you know about this? Like this whole thing of in the US. Again, I might be butchering the stats here, so don't take me for the word by word. But it was this study done where after a certain amount of money, happiness never grew. So it was like a certain I think it was like I might be butchering this, like I said. So like $800,000 net worth was enough to make someone happy, and that happiness was the same across a billionaire as well.
Right,
Instead, it got worse once you made more money. You get it? Because that's the thing. So I totally agree with you, and like that's good enough to take care of enough, and you're not hustling for more. Like you have enough to take care of your needs and your basic wants and all those things.
So I say this because like I understand now because this is like a passion project for you, right?
Yeah.
And you want to do this forever.
Yeah.
I mean, like until the end.
Yeah.
And same thing for me with Shoutout Podcast and Infinity, and whatever I do has to be something that I'm passionate about because I want to do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But when it comes to that number, and for me, I have my own number also, and one day, hopefully, if I get there, all these things become so much more easy, so much more enjoyable, and there's no because I can. These are the things that I don't care even if they don't sustain themselves. If I can sustain them through my own other means also, I'll be happy doing it like as a non-profit also. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
it's not about that. It's not about the money.
It's not about the money.
Yeah.
If it does, like I said, like if it grows big,
It's good.
it's good.
Yeah.
You
But
earn
that's-
money,
you're
but
exact-
it's not that's not the intention,
What
or
you
that's
said
not
about the byproduct is the money.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not the goal. It's not the end kind of thing that you're heading for.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. And I love what you said there because for me, you worded it different, but I've had that because after last year, when I realized it wasn't. So again, we could keep this or we could take this out, but politics labi. Baba election harishe. So you know what we have to do to the year thing came from there.
Right,
I
right.
need to make that much money because Pastor Chavy said it beautifully. She was talking about it's the Messiah complex. Like I'll get my family out of this situation also, kind of a thing, So that's the other side of it, where I was making crazy amount of money, which I never thought I would make, but I was filling this bucket with holes. Where I jabo, ek mahina de interest do all of those things. So it was this whole thing where that's why I answered it that way. Whereas to your point, the long-term thing, it's funny you said that because I am shifting my direction because of what happened last year, and I realized I'm doing what I love, but this is not sustainable when I'm 30. Like I'm working 12, 13 hours a day. And to your point, once I get a family, and even now, like it's not worth it. It's not worth like
Exactly,
not taking the time away from my parents.
It's
all of
good you
those-
recognize that.
Yeah, and
Like
I had to get to that point to
Yeah,
realize
yeah.
it's not worth it, So I'm now shifting certain bits of my course, like kind of now reverse engineering from that point. Like, okay, in my 30, like when I'm 35, when I have like a family and children, how much per year is enough to
Exactly.
get my children to the best schools or homeschool them with the best
Yeah.
thing? All of those things, like reverse engineering from there is very, again, now that bit of election that comes in.
I mean, it's good you recognize that because this is the important part. Like, you don't have a family right now, obviously, as in your own family right now. But one day when you do also, and even without that right now also, it's your priorities, right?
Yeah.
Do you know your priorities and what mean the most to you and how much time? I keep saying like time is the most important thing for any of us, right?
Yeah.
And so time management becomes one of the most important duties for a person.
Yeah.
And so when you have your priorities sorted,
Yeah.
then how much time are you allocating to earn money, to spend time with family,
Yeah.
your own self-time,
Yeah.
your hobbies, your
Yeah.
passion,
Yeah.
So accordingly, if you first know your priorities, that's number one, that's very good. Number two, if your time management is sorted out properly,
Yeah.
that's super good. And then like
Yeah.
that's how it like falls into
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
Nothing's not never that easy or perfect,
Yeah.
but sort of like if you have it mapped out a little bit, that
Yeah.
it can work wonders
Yeah.
for you.
My biggest thing was I wasn't spending enough time with God.
Mm.
Tadira, it spiraled into that whole, I thought my work was enough.
Mm.
And in a bit pride that hard work was what I was
Yeah,
proud
yeah,
about.
yeah.
You know, like the hustle culture thing, which sometimes, okay, it's season tage. But the moment it gets to your point where that
Yeah,
becomes
yeah.
my
the
God,
only thing,
like
yeah.
the moment it takes a place, takes up time and energy and attention that needs to go somewhere else,
Yeah.
which is very, very important for my sustenance. Like that became very dangerous for my,
Yeah.
and I had to realize
because,
that. Yeah.
Because I totally get that because I read this quote, I forgot who it was by, but on the topic of money, right?
Yeah.
And also what are your actual intentions or your goals and all
Yeah.
that. Like so money, and there's nothing wrong with being rich.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with being rich. I think right now we were just talking about it earlier. You sort of feel like if someone's becoming rich, like they're guilty, like
Yeah.
people sort of
Yeah.
accuse them or this and
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
that's a little unfair.
Yeah.
But there's this quote that I shared just recently and I forgot who it was by, but it says money is a good servant but a
Yeah.
very bad master.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's a tool.
It's a tool.
Yeah.
And that's how we should,
Yeah.
see it and utilize it like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But once it gets control of us, then it's all over.
And it also amplifies who you are as a person.
Right.
I came across this long ago where, again, that's why you need to correct your intentions before you get there. Because if you're a bad person with less money, you'll just be a bad person with money in the future.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
And then you'll be using
Totally,
that to the tool that you said.
Right,
you know?
right.
And that whole thing of us thinking the taboo topic, I came across this. I was watching. I don't know what it was. A couple of weeks ago. This whole idea of this guy who was a millionaire who was talking about this here, where this idea of rich becoming richer, poor becoming poorer, but those are not causalities of each other. So the poor does not become poorer because the rich is getting richer.
100%.
The rich is not getting richer because the poor is getting poorer, right? And that's a mindset we have. Where it's because we just love pointing fingers. Like we just love to blame certain
And
things.
like I said earlier, there's a lot of negativity right now in our society. Like
Yeah.
it's very sad. Like
Yeah.
you see it on social media. Like
Ample.
too much. But anyway,
Yeah.
I think I believe that you speak things into existence,
Yeah.
right? You manifest things, whatever. God does the work, but like you have to also
Yeah.
do your bit, right?
Yeah.
So if you speak about it, if you believe it, if
Yeah.
you really think about it. So the people who have this victim mentality and say like, oh, I'm so poor and you will remain like that if that's your mindset,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so we have to be very careful about what we choose to speak
Yeah.
and what we choose to believe also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And work is very important.
Yeah.
Do you watch The Chosen?
The?
Chosen. I highly recommend watching The Chosen.
What's this?
Chosen is a TV series about Jesus.
Okay. No.
It's amazing. Oh,
I'm
it's
watching
so good.
King David.
Heart of David.
No.
There's a new Heart
Amazon.
of David.
Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Amazon or Hotstar? There's this
Okay.
David, the story of David. no?
Recent.
Yeah. It's
So
like
it's Heart of David. I think it's Heart of
Heart
David.
of David.
It's by Chosen only. Same Manokan as
Okay.
No, I think Heart of David is by Chosen. No, yeah. Anyways, no. But I
Yeah, it's
highly
very
recommend watching The Chosen.
Okay.
And it's about the Chosen 12.
Wow,
It's
the
actually the disciples.
Yeah,
And
nice.
then it really gets you to relate to them. And they were just normal people as well, right? Why I'm saying that, and also biblically, Jesus met all his disciples, when they were working. Not just disciples. If you go to David again, he was in the field tending to
Right.
sheep. He was where he was supposed to be. So work is something we also kind of, sometimes even in the Christian field, like we, again, good or bad, there's this balance we need to find, right? Yes, there's a rest aspect that we need to also value, but also the work is also something so important.
Super
that we need
important.
to do.
Super important. Yeah.
And when you are in that place, that's you're going to the place where God can meet you.
Yeah.
Again, David was tending his sheep. Peter was fishing. Matthew was tax collecting. All of these things where you meet them when they are actually doing their work. And so I think if you look at it, you're actually increasing your chances of meeting God where
Yeah.
you're supposed to be. no?
That's super important. Working hard, and there's this debate, right? Should you work hard or should you work smart?
Yeah.
But then my take was like, it's like people are debating about like which produces better results, like hard work or smart work, right?
Yeah.
But the bottom line is like you have to work. Right?
Yeah,
So like
that's the common denominator.
that's the common
Yeah.
denominator. So you're looking at it like
Yeah.
whatever it is, you work
Yeah.
work hard,
I
work
love it.
smart, whatever it is. Yeah.
I love it. I don't want to end this without getting to Lucas.
Yeah, please. Even I would
Yeah,
I would
because
hate it also.
yeah. I
Tell me,
don't really
what's up?
care about the time much, unless you have to head somewhere.
No.
Okay. So yeah. So you have a second child.
Yes.
Tell-
Chavy Liam Peseyie.
Oh, okay.
No, is it like that? No.
Leaving for people. I was like,
Now
oh,
we're
okay.
done. Second child.
Okay.
He'll turn 2 in August.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
wow.
he's a handful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and my wife Asibu, we were just talking about like how my mom told us this the other day.
Yeah.
We were like complaining in the sense like, oh man, Chavy is like so like rough and like
Oh, rough? In
as
what
in like
sense?
like doesn't look where he's walking, like just walks on off the edge of the bed, all that stuff, and then like just creating havoc.
Yeah.
And so
Is he like you?
yeah, maybe I guess. But my mom was
Tornado-
saying like
Tornado
m-
2,
my,
yeah?
my mom was saying like this is how like boys are supposed to be. Like
Oh.
you had it too easy with Lucas. So Lucas was basically like the perfect, the angel. And me and Asibu had it very easy. So like, thank
Yeah.
you, Lucas. He was like the best kid,
Yeah.
so obedient and so like
Quiet.
the perfect kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then the second one comes along, who I love so much, but like it's so funny. Total opposites.
Ah.
Yeah.
How much of a gap?
Quite a big gap, I would say, because like 5.5.
Okay.
So Lucas will turn 8 in December,
Okay.
and he's turning 2 in August. So like 5.5.
How old were you when you had Lucas?
33.
Okay. And how did things change?
And like, so there's this thing, right? Like, people always give advice,
Yeah.
elders, and like and then like I am also now giving advice, like because
Yeah.
I'm in a position to also.
Yeah.
But like, no matter what people say, until you go through it, you'll never know the
Yeah.
exact, like
Yeah.
depth and like the the gravity of that, all these situations and things that happen. So first thing is getting married. Getting married changes your life,
Yeah.
like like big time.
Yeah. How long were you dating?
Like 2 years or
Okay.
so. Yeah.
Okay.
And so marriage, first of all, is like, changes
Yeah.
your life,
Yeah.
obviously, for so
Yeah.
many reasons. But when you have your kid, and this is just my personal opinion, but like, when you have your kid is when like your world flips upside down. So
How did it play outside?
there's so many things. I'll just share like from my personal
Yeah.
stories that like, for me, I was like a super ambitious guy. I think that's toned down majorly. Because first of all, I also found that some of it was a little, the reasons behind it was not correct, behind the ambitions.
Wow.
And so, I mean, I've toned that down majorly, but mainly because of Lucas and now Chavy, right?
Yeah.
And so that the reason behind being that now my whole priority is them now.
Yeah.
Like my life.
Yeah.
Everything that I'm doing now is for
Yeah.
this kid and now the second kid too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's how it flipped. Everything
Yeah.
flipped, like,
Yeah.
and then the small things, like, things that I wanted to do, or like, like,
Yeah.
and it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, even if I can't, like, there's this experience that I want to, like,
Yeah.
have, like, I want to travel there, like,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
if I
yeah.
can't do this, so what? It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
As long as I can, provide the best,
Yeah.
like, both
Yeah.
physically,
Yeah.
like financially also,
Yeah.
and the our relationship,
Yeah.
and so basically it's all about them.
How
and that's how
intentional are
it's-
you with that time you're spending with them?
At the moment right now with Chavy is a little less, because he's at that stage where, like,
Yeah.
more or less
Mom.
attached to the mom,
Yeah, mom.
still
Yeah,
breastfeeding,
Yeah.
and so like
Mm-hmm.
with Lucas, I think I spend, I mean, I won't say enough time. I could always spend more time. Yeah, but like, I do feel right now he's on his summer break, right?
Uh-huh.
So he's like sleeping over at his mom's, which is just in the same compound only,
Oh, okay.
like,
Yeah.
same compound.
Yeah.
But like he's been sleeping there for a while, so like it almost feels like we don't see each other so often, even though we're in the same
Yeah,
compound.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
I think I can always spend more time with Lucas.
Yeah.
But I love spending, especially the activity times when we do things.
Does he?
Together.
Is he? He doesn't talk much.
No,
Of
he
course, with
talks a
you, I
lot,
guess.
he
But
talk-
like, with,
yeah. But
because
he
when I met you all,
is
I
very
met,
shy.
so quiet.
So he's like that. I don't know how you
Once you break
classify
that wall,
Huh?
once you break that wall,
Yeah, once you break the thing, then he's like he'll yap nonstop. But yeah, initially he'll seem to be a very
shy,
like shy introverted kid.
yeah,
But
yeah.
once he
yeah,
he talks a lot, asks a lot of questions, curious kid.
yeah,
But yeah, like I said, like Lucas was like such an angel, man. Like
yeah.
we had it super easy with him. Like everyone, friends, family keeps saying
Yeah.
also like, oh, he's such a So
Yeah.
I know it's not just us being like
Yeah, yeah.
super praising him or anything like that. But like like so many people have said it. And
Nice.
like
What's like one thing that like amazes you about Lucas and Chavy as well, I guess.
he has like the kindest heart.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like a really good now he's a he has a sibling, but before Chavy came along, looking after his other cousins and stuff like that, right? And just he's a very considerate kid, and I don't know what we got right, but we got something right. Like
Wow.
he's genuinely a super nice
Person.
kid. Yeah, and that's one thing that I really appreciate about him.
Wow.
He's like very kind-hearted.
Yeah, yeah. How do you feel about again the whole boarding school? That's why I think it's so important to get that done before you send them
Yeah,
as well, no? Because for me, I always talk about this, and it's a funny thing. I am heavily considering homeschooling also. Because I don't know, at that point could be a little different, but sometimes
I mean, I've thought about it, but not.
Yeah.
I haven't considered it at
Yeah.
all. But
Yeah.
I it's just a passing thought also.
Yeah.
Because I understand the thing. I'm
Because
not such
the
a big fan of.
chances we can leave our children with is actually wild. Like when you look at when we look at some of our friends back in the day,
Yeah.
and like
I know.
the way we could have gone wrong as well. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's
I mean, I strayed a lot also, so I
Yeah.
know what can happen.
yeah. Because again, by God's grace, we ended up like this, I guess, which is nothing. We don't know if it's good or bad, but at least we survived, right? Because there's and then sometimes you think about, I don't know if you agree, some teachers are not good up here.
Yeah.
Like some teachers are just weirdos.
But this is something that like my wife Asibu she's not like totally against it. Even she agrees also. There's like the good. I think it's just the mother in her that doesn't want to send the kid away.
Yeah.
But she's like we're pretty much sort of on board that like we're going to send them to boarding one day.
Yeah.
But I think as parents also obviously our first instinct is to protect our children and to look after them and worry for them also.
Yeah.
But also I don't think we should be too worrisome
Yeah.
and also like not
Yeah.
that shouldn't dictate like the things that the actions that we take for them or
Yeah.
so for example like so many things can go wrong,
Yeah.
right? Like sending them to boarding school.
Yeah.
But I like to look at like all the things that can go right.
Optimist.
Mr. Optimist, as usual. But yeah, like
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
But my thing about homeschooling is not about homeschool. It sounds homeschool, but this whole idea of like traveling the world with them, getting them the best teachers in the world, online and stuff like that. Because for me, one of the biggest things that got me to grow as a person was traveling with my parents when I was really young. It was just so like if I can just get them to like my 30s, just spend some time like traveling with my kids, get them the best education with the best teachers and all that. That's the thing I need to kind of process and also figure out. But that's just something I've been considering as well. With that said, before we end as well, I definitely...
I just want to say something about this travel thing.
Yeah.
Like, super important, I was sharing this once that like traveling, people need to travel. People need to travel and
Yes.
I'm not even talking about the world, which it will even cure the world also, but I'm just talking about our place. Like, we need to travel to see other people's cultures, learn other people's cultures, live with other people, see how they, that's the first step
Yeah.
when you educate
Opening up,
ourselves
yeah.
and you open up your
Yeah.
mindset. Then that's how we start breaking down the worst things that's happening right now in our situation. I mean, in our state and the world in general. It's all the isms, right?
Yeah.
The racism,
My
the
way is the
tribalism.
right way. My way is the only way.
So obviously everyone cannot afford to travel, but just learn, watch videos, movies.
Yeah,
read
now we have
books,
that
and
window.
Now you have
Yeah.
you can do so many things. But I think traveling is such a gift. If the ones that can, please do,
Yeah.
travel and just experience other people's cultures and
Yeah.
beliefs also, and
It has been a cliche word, game changer.
yeah.
It's just been so wild, and that equipped me from like again sometimes traumas as well, like traveling and being scammed by these. But as part of the experience,
yeah.
I had this is a whole different story. I'll bring it in at some other episode, but and I'll tag you so you can watch it. But it's this whole thing of my mom and I. We went the second time to Beijing. It was a wild scam. Like we were sent. Long story short, we were sent to this alleyway, left behind, all our money gone.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Lucky nothing happened there. Like I mean, as in
my mom was ready to fight. I was like, bro, you want to make it out or not? Like, she was cussing him out in hour and all that stuff. I was like, no, not now. Yeah, but it's a whole story. But those things which lead to trauma as well. But like, it's very interesting. This you live, and doing it with your family. Biggest blessing. Yeah, you're building memories and all those things.
100% agree.
You said earlier a little bit we talking about when I said I pray a lot. You pray a lot as well.
I do.
Yeah.
And like one thing is like I've never been a very religious, spiritual person my entire life. Really, like I mean, it's something that's come on very late, and till now I don't proclaim to be like this very I'm like all on the right path or anything like that.
None of us.
Big growing process still.
Yeah.
But yeah, over the past few years, something has clicked, and like I feel good about it. Like I've faced many like times when I'm just like reflecting on so many things and all. But like I feel good on this path that I'm on.
Yeah.
And just yesterday we went to my brother-in-laws and their family. They have this small church called Crossway Church.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Your sister invited me. I
Oh,
just couldn't
okay.
make it because there was this
I
like
wish you
healing.
would. Yeah.
Thing. I really wanted to come, but I couldn't make it.
It's this non-denominational small church.
Yeah.
And they had like a worship night and healing and stuff like that. So that was just last night, and what an experience. I mean, like I've never been one to be, to attend all these things and like that. I go to church regularly, but there's something because this church I've been to like a few times since it's like.
I'll have to visit. Yeah.
Family. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
There's just something about not taking away anything from big nice churches and all, nothing. But there's something about small churches. I don't know what it is, but that experience, the few times that I've been there, and yesterday was like, oh my God, it was an amazing experience. I'm so happy I went, and like I had a beautiful time. Yeah. I do pray a lot. My prayers are, it's evolving. I'm learning how to have my own prayer. But I do pray a lot.
When you say something clicked,
Yeah.
what was it for you? Like, was it an encounter? Was it like
no,
when did you realize? How did you realize? How old were you? Like, what happened?
I've always been very conscious about it.
Yeah.
Because I've had my I've had my phases also of doubt and and
which is normal.
Yeah, which is super normal. But I went like super deep into like left, right, and all that. You know what I'm saying? And so like I did have a lot of like guilt also because of all that. But nothing, not like a particular incident or anything like that. But yeah, Asano has been a big influence also. She's also she's gone through this transformation, which I'm so happy for her.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'll be able to go like that much, but like
don't
everyone,
say that.
no, but like you know what I mean, like everyone has their own path, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone cannot be the same. We shouldn't compare ourselves to each other.
Yeah.
And like it's one thing it's a common message that I've heard in few of the sermons in the past few weeks is that like you can serve your purpose your own
Different
way.
ways.
Yeah. Don't have to be a missionary. Don't have to be a pastor.
This
like,
is the mission.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You are called to be.
But but make sure you know what you're doing. Like I mean,
I heavily believe in this line that goes, "You're the closest someone can ever get to the Bible." And I've really experienced it when I was abroad. I've shared this multiple times here. Like the further I went from home, the closer I got to God. Because the more I realized there are people without Jesus. And we're complacent here though.
Yeah.
And that's why traveling is so important as well. We are so used to everyone being a Christian that we forget how to be an actual Christian.
Right.
Because it's the day-to-day, Sunday to Sunday thing and all those things.
Yeah, just a routine. Right?
Yeah. But what I meant by that is in your own field, the way you live is the way the Holy Spirit manifests. And again, it's 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 15. It's about this whole apologetics thing. Like first you have to sanctify the accept Christ in your heart, and like that, by that accepting, what it means is being clear with your conscience and really having like the clear, pure hands, clean heart kind of a clean hands, pure heart kind of a thing. And when you are in that place with gentleness and care, you're able to like really bring people along as well. You know, so I think you just become this walking, talking example, and then you don't have to preach. They become curious. I've had so many instances when I was in college where they go like, things are just working out for you. What happened? And that's the best time you can minister, and you can point toward God. You know, and there's been so many times like that. So I think, yeah, to your point, it's really really nice to hear. Again, I think a part of being a father as well. I think one thing you can really equip your children is this thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is God. No.
100%.
Yeah. Any final thoughts? Before
I
we
don't know,
dip?
it's been, I don't know how long we're
How
doing
long
this.
is it, yeah?
2 hours plus.
2:15.
Wow.
Oh, 150. Yeah. That's we can chill, I guess. But your point. Any thoughts? Anything you want to delve into? Any questions? Because you also do this.
No, I don't know.
Quite a bit.
I'm trying to think. Like, there was something that I was going to talk about earlier, but it totally slipped my mind.
Yeah. Do you remember the topic or like theme?
No, we're just talking about like, just in general. Like I do this on my podcast every time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to spread positivity.
I love that.
You're along the same lines also. I
Yeah.
appreciate you. And
Thank
something about our society that like I sound like one of the biggest haters because I keep talking about it, but it it stems from this.
Deep sense of.
Yeah. I mean this. I'm so frustrated, and
Because
this
you care.
desire. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it stems from that, right?
Yeah.
And like our people, our biggest. Right now, for me, is tribalism. Tribalism is like the biggest issue for me right
Can you
now.
define that for people who were like tribalism is a buzzword, right? But what's that tribalism that you're talking about? What does that look like? What does tribalism look like? What is the thing that gets you to?
How do I phrase this? The main issue for me,
Yeah.
and when I say like why I feel is the biggest issue right now is because we're such a tiny place.
Yeah.
We're such a tiny people,
Yeah.
and our tribalism is not just the division is so strong that it's not just tribes. You know,
Yeah.
we have differences between
Everyone.
all our tribes.
Yeah.
Some issue will come across. It'll be divided along tribal lines and all
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
And you go deeper into it, then like within tribes, you have regions.
Yeah.
Like for example, the Angam, like I'm
Yeah,
Angami, so I'll speak
West
on the
and all
Angami. Yeah.
that,
So you have
yeah.
your western region, southern, northern.
And then within
Then
your
they
villages-
have their own issues.
Yeah.
You go further down,
Villages.
then it's villages.
Yeah.
Within the villages, there's
Kale.
clans and kales and so on and so forth until it's like literally the neighbors are bickering.
Yeah.
And so that's how deep rooted our division is.
Yeah.
And that in order for us to progress, and one of the most important things that we need right now is the solution. Whatever the solution may be, I'm not one who's well versed in like the details about
Yeah,
like and which one is better and which
Yeah.
I'm not getting into that. All I'm saying is we need a solution, our
Yeah.
political solution.
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
Naga
yeah,
political solution. And in order for that to happen, unity
Yeah.
is the most important factor.
Yes.
Right? Even from the current situation where faction after faction after faction after
Yeah.
faction, now we have like, I don't know, like, all the memes and jokes that are going on about the factions.
Yeah.
I said, what did I say? I just want to put this out there. Yeah. So the anti-defection law
Yeah.
in politics, right?
Yeah.
I was like, in Nagaland, we need to have an anti-defection law. That jokes and all. But
Oh,
anyway,
you have that on your stories often.
yeah.
I don't want to say the word,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you have that certain scripture
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing that you do.
But it's no knock on like, I mean, people shouldn't take it like that.
No,
Like,
but but that makes so much sense. You're a writer. Oh my gosh, that was like I'm joining the dots. Everything.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
gosh, yeah.
So it's
yeah.
my take on our society.
Yeah.
It's like a sarcastic.
And you did that really well.
It's satire,
You
basically.
did that really well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like people have, and like, I appreciate all the people who write to me and say like that's really nice and
Yeah.
please do more.
You should like a whole like those small tiny books and all that.
Yeah, I am going to do something
Let's
along
go.
those lines. Yeah.
Nice. Just change the name. You'll get into trouble.
No, but it's not. I mean, I totally get it, but like
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I totally get it.
To be safe.
But then, coming back to the point about why tribalism is like the biggest issue is that, so in order for our main obstacle to be overcome, which is the Naga political situation, unity is required, right?
Yeah.
In the sense that there's too many factions. Even the two agreements, the framework agreement, the agreed position, there has to be some middle ground. If not, it's not happening. Our tribes, all the different tribes need to. So it goes just beyond the normal tribe. Like I don't like this tribe, or he doesn't like this tribe, or it goes way beyond that.
Yeah.
It's like in order for us to progress as a people and as a state also. Yeah. I think it's very important that we overcome this. And it starts at the individual level, right? Like it starts at the individual level.
Yeah.
And one way that can help is sending your kids to boarding school.
Another way
because
is
you get to experience a lot of like.
Another way is God.
Yeah, I 100%. I mean,
is the way, the truth, and the life.
Given, that's a given.
And I'm glad you're talking about this because, bro, like I had this. Again, I've been really. I don't know how this comes out, but like becoming very spiritually sensitive over the past couple of months. Like really, like again, the fasting and everything like just very sensitive and spending hours praying. There was very recently, you know how like I don't know if you go to a certain Baptist church, parents, church. So some of them have. So I go to this Baptist church, my church, Baptist church nearby. I was listening to, there was this youth pastor preaching. At some point, sometimes youth pastors are just motivational speakers, like they don't even, he's not even a sermon at this point. So I was like, I clocked out, I zoned out. I was just like, suddenly, the same thing actually, this idea of the division. And I was just now again zoned out, sermon's going on, but I'm now thinking in my own thing. And I was just, this thought of, wait, we are so divided, but I was now having this own internal dialogue with myself, this whole idea of like, wait, we are divided, but does that even come from our past? Right? Because we are literally headhunters. Like we were cutting, we were cutting the next village's head.
Yep.
And I think it is there in like, because genetics is a huge role to play in every single thing we do. An FBI investigator was doing he does interviews often. I forgot his name, but he has this thing where he has come to this conclusion of genetics loads the gun, your environment points the gun, and the circumstance. I'm butchering it.
Yeah. But I get the gist of it.
The thing that pulls the trigger. So it has a lot to do with your genes also. So we have been people. We have been a people where division has been a thing, and that's just in us, right? And then, to your point, the Naga solution and all that is there. But what I was getting in that church was, if we all have to get to even this point, the Sangtam way of getting it could be like this. The Angami way of getting it could be like this. My way is the right way. As long as you're not following my way, every other way is. But that's when that's the same. These words were on my. These words were what was coming in my head, and I was in the church. So I was just asking God, like, what is it then? Boom! The thing came like, I am the way, the truth, and the life. It has to be Jesus, though. Yeah. And that is actually what's sustaining us. The only difference, in my opinion, and my dad and I talk about it all the time, that separates us from Manipur is Jesus. Is the one religion. That's why we're not burning down churches. That's why we're not fighting like how we used to cut each other's heads off. Ito na ito. That's why we all have this certain moral baseline. In my opinion, at least. Right?
No, I can totally see
even
that.
in politics, coming from a family where like my dad is like that, at least assassinations ka na ito. There is corruption and it's wrong. There is alcohol and all these things involved in the whole thing. But to the point of like murder, all those things, we kind of draw the line in a certain way. And I can't help but go, this is something to do with our faith. And at least what I think.
Yeah.
And I think if many of us get to a place where, because our religion, our faith is such of an internal faith as no matter how bad a situation is in our life, or how bad your condition may be, if you're going to an honest place to God, God will always God will always reveal your brokenness to you. In the sense that if I'm going through the worst thing, and I'm genuinely going to God, God will still go, you could have done this better. It's an internal reflection.
Yeah.
And He's after your heart.
Yeah. And also, when you're just talking about this, in one of the sermons, something really spoke to me, which was like the pastor, he said that, some people are surviving because of other people's prayers.
Yeah.
They have no idea about, why they're even surviving or getting lucky or whatever it is, that really spoke to me. Like, it opened my eyes in the sense that never looked at it that way. And so, us being like, a Christian majority state, and amount of people that do pray, generally for Nagaland, and all those prayer missions and the prayer points they send out to the churches to all share like same prayers. To us, I truly believe that saving us. And so, and on another point regarding the division and tribalism and our people, the unity, this whole thing, is that I always like look at it like we are like, like when you look at it from the scientific point of view, not even scientific, but like, how tiny are we? As, like,
a
like
population and all that. Or
I'm talking
as a
about
people.
first everything, even Earth, the whole entire Earth
got
also,
it,
in the grand scheme of things, right?
Yeah.
Like this, the universe, the solar planet, and then so like how, and then
Insignificant are we?
how insignificant are we? And then you come down to Earth, and then you have the continents, and then you come down to one of the biggest countries in the world, and come down to the smallest state or one of these smallest states, and that's where we are, right? And we're bickering over petty, trivial issues most of the times. And when you like, for me, when I look at it like that,
You zoom out.
when you zoom out and just like change your whole, it's sad. It's everything. It's funny also, man. Like when you look at it that way. And it's just sad. So, but being the optimist that I am, let's end it on a different note. Not like on a sad note, but I think
there's optimism in that also. The fact like diagnosing the problem is half the progress though. So like if you're talking about it like this, and then like it just goes like, again, the reason why we don't have it solved is we don't know yet. Or else we would have found a solution to it, So all we can do is hope and pray and also do our part in that.
Our part is this, talking about it.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I think talking about it, I think is like
huge.
It
gives permission for people to have this at their own levels. Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah. And man. Thank you. Like again,
Most welcome.
Last, I'll have my own like conclusion to Azeh, but last, your thoughts. Any? I would actually want to hear from you because you've done this in a while. You've done the podcast. This is a selfish question. Any suggestions or feedback of the pod? What could we do better? Just as someone who has gone before us.
I'm trying to think. Your setup is always good. You're very, the team and all that. You guys put out great visuals and stuff like that. So along those lines, I don't think anything. Regarding content, I think what you're doing is like the best part is that you have your own, your niche is there. Like, you know what you want. And the guest that you're getting or the line that you're taking with the content. That's important.
He's just looking around.
I'm trying to find something to criticize. I don't know. You're doing a great job, man.
Thank you.
You're saying like, since you've been doing it, we started at the same time.
Well, but you've put out so much more, like in terms of like good guests and all that stuff.
There are times when I take like, I hate when I do it, but there are times when
life gets
unfortunately like too many other important things going on that it's 3 months also at a go, like there's nothing out. I feel so bad, but at the end of the day, this is like a passion project, and I want to keep it like that. So like, if I can put out as much as content as possible, all well and good. If I can't put out anything for 1 year, my bad. Okay. But
long term.
Yeah.
One advice that you would give us. One advice.
Like give you
to the pod, and also to anyone who start trying to do like shout out or like any. Because I think people need to have more of this.
100%,
if you have more like this, the better, right? It's not competition in that sense.
It's not
like
competition,
really.
bro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
People
that's
think
one thing.
Ito bhabeda manokan. Yeah.
100% is not competition. It's conversation.
Exactly.
Like,
the more the better.
And unless you're getting like 10, 100 million views and all, like you're not eating into anyone's space. Like everyone can eat. It's not advice. I'm bad at this. I don't know, the chair for people with bad posture like me.
Okay. Chair is one considered. We need some furniture
No,
sponsors.
but bro, like honestly speaking, not just saying it because you're here, but I think you're doing a great job. You're in the team. So like, don't fix what's not broken. How does it go? Don't fix what's Not broken,
You
yeah.
did it pretty well there.
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And just on that note, like, I really appreciate who you are, what
Thank
you do,
you.
and just doing this. Like, I knew this was going to be amazing because of, again, I've seen your content. We've come across multiple times, and yeah, just the way you carry yourself, the father that you are. And I think I truly believe out of everything, that is one thing that God has put, position you in such a beautiful way, and it goes back to your father and your relationship as well. And like, you're just the way you're building your relationship with Lucas and Chavy as well. I truly
Appreciate.
believe, because that is one thing that is we don't know if it's generational though, but the generational thing is literally our next generation.
Yes.
And you're feeding it. You're not letting the noise around you take away from that. And I think that's something that a lot of children deserve, right? And one way or the other, some people don't get that, and that's just sad. So I'm really proud. I don't know if I get to say that, but proud to see you as the father that you are, the person that you are.
I mean, lots to grow, but thank you so much. I mean, there's so much improvements I need to make
Yeah.
as a father, husband, friend, everything. But yeah, thank you
Yeah.
so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the work that you're doing. You see the heart in everything you do as well. With Infinity, Shoutout, you just see, to your point, genuineness just transcends every single thing. No?
Thank you, bro.
And so we see it. And yeah, if there's ever anything that we could be of help with, any one of us, please feel free to use it as a resource. But yeah, that's it. No final thought, no?
No,
To
nothing.
the
Yeah,
audience?
just I love my family, man.
That's so good.
Yeah,
that's so
yeah.
good. Off the camera, we'll say a prayer.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Munguli Podcast. God bless. Thank you so much. This is amazing.
A 1,